It's a beautiful morning here at Yorkshire. The sun is out in all of its brilliance, and we are ready for the finals in the Herman Griffith competition. Many are called, but few are chosen. But in the final analysis, West Terrace, the defending champions, up against St. Gabriel's. Yes, St. Gabriel's, a side that certainly has done pretty well in this competition. And the early news, as I'm joined by Lyndon Yard, the news is that St. Gabriel's, they won the toss and they decided to bat first. Good morning to you. Nice to see you.
Good morning to you, Andrew. Good morning to listeners and viewers. Welcome to a bright, sun-drenched Yorkshire ground here in Hoddesdale Clarendon in St. Michael. A grand final where the St. Gabriel's side, who exited at the semi-final stage last year, have made it to the grand final this time around. They're up against perennial champions in West Terrace. And the umpires are pretty much out in the middle. Umpires Samuel Sargent and Winston Seal. And the news, as Andrew told you moments ago, that the St. Gabriel side win the toss and opt into bat. No surprise there, Andrew.
Not at all, and certainly they've done pretty well in this competition so far. And a bit of a surprise, really, because of course you've got some big guns like Bailey's, and it is really good to see that they are very much into the finals and very much playing here at Yorkshire. The finals was in fact played here at Yorkshire last year. Of course, in the past it used to be the ground that late great Herman Griffith knew only so well, and we've now made a change to the Yorkshire ground. The first ball is going to be bowled by young Corbin. Of course, his father, Kyle Corbin, certainly would have played at the regional level. First ball, and big appeal, first delivery. The batsman is Jasper King, who is the batsman for the St. Gabriel's side. He's also the captain. A lot has been said about young Corbin. I'm told that for his age he's pretty sharp.
Well, I've seen him around the cricket as you would be expected to see him the University of West Indies when his father has a game, or when Yui are pretty much involved, and from I would say 1 o'clock when you arrive till 5:30, he's consistently around the ground playing what I would say is hopefully will be a potential executing his craft and probably going on to become hopefully a West Indies Barbados player. And like I said, he loves the game, and no surprise that he has the new ball in his hand and a wealth of experience he brings to this West Terrace side.
Well, he's always with his father, who represents UWI. In fact, I did the last game there against Yorkshire, and he was there bowling and batting as well. But I'm told that he's pretty sharp. Umpire certainly would have some challenges here. Early on in the pieces, we've got a situation where the umpire, who's a very experienced man, of course, Winston Seal, and he's got Samuel Sargent alongside him. So two very experienced umpires in the middle.
Yeah, umpire Seal, who does a lot of games in the BCL competition, would have played this trade for the Barbados Workers Union as a budding all around a nice medium pacer who could hit it a little far on his given days when he spent some time at the crease.
So Corbin has started pretty well, and well, that's a pretty quick delivery, quicker than you, Lyndon, when you played for Empire. That certainly fizzed through quite nicely.
Yes, good pace by the young man. Let's give you the team for the St. Gabriel side: Sam Williams, Genesis Maynard, Jarius Graham, then there's Aria Brathwaite, Reagan Wiggins, Jasper King the opener, Ira Springer, Kai Dorson,
Oh, that was pretty close. Short extra cover was in business there. Might have been undone by the extra bounce and pace generated by Corbin. He's had a good start, Lyndon.
Yes, good start, good length play. The batsman looking to get forward today. We really might have opted to go onto the back foot and play more comfortable rather than looking to get forward. Ended up popping it just short. I feel like the short extra cover position to complete the team. Nathan Drakes, Mohamed Dijia, Liam Clark, the other opener, and Ian Harvey.
Oh, very good delivery. But he's really done very well indeed, the young man. Loves this cricket. Well, his father plays it. And it's so good to see the many school children who've turned out here already. Strong breeze is coming across the ground. And it's really good to see that it's not as hot as we would have had in the last couple of months. As, of course, it gets closer to Christmas. So the first run for St. Gabriel's, lovely shot. We'll get two, lovely flowing drive to extra cover. So we're on our way. I'm really hoping for a very good match. St. Gabriel's. Saw Stephen Farmer coming into the ground, the former Barbados all-rounder. Understand his grandson is playing, is that correct?
Yes. Sam Williams, the son of Teddy Williams.
Oh, Teddy Williams, yes.
Grandson of the late Sir Charles Williams.
Yes. They look for a run here and they'll get it. Let's look at the umpire. Leg by, signaled by the umpire. Umpire Winston Seal, as you said. Very experienced umpire. So the first over comes to an end. St. Gabriel's winning the toss and batting. They're through without loss.
Yeah, early signs of nerves just getting themselves all sorted out. So, having not lost the wicket in the first over, a good over bowl there by Kaelan Corbin, which gives me an opportunity to go through the Williams Industries West Terrace primary side. And it includes Caleb Haynes, Neymar Ford, the captain, Joshua Carter, Asher Bruce, Kivani Scanterbury, Roger Barrow, Aidan Miller Maynard, Liam Harper, Atiba Husbands, and Nathan Hines. And other members of the squad, 14, would include Liam Mason, Rashida John, and Renako Gibbons. So there you have it. The PE teacher, Mr. Roderick Harmon for Williams Industries West Terrace, and the PE teacher, Mr. Vincent Smith for the St. Gabriel School. So over number 2, Andrew.
Yeah, bowled by Kiba Husbands, I'm told. Let's see what he can produce. He's going to bowl to King, who is the captain, but want to live up to his very, very good name. But I just want to make the point that this is a competition with so much potential because children are involved, the parents will be involved, lots of interest. This is being streamed thanks to Mr. Green, who's here. And certainly with a lot more promotion. Could be on television, could be very much on the BCA website, thanks to the Barbados Cricket Association, and in the various chats across the various schools. Numbers are important. So we've got young husbands in the attack.
Operating from the southern end of the ground. And it's quite different, Andrew, when you're watching cricket with diminutive players.
Yeah. He's well, very tiny, very, very tiny, as you would expect at this level. It's a primary school's competition. But so far, the defending champions have started pretty well. They've got Corbin, who's a very, very good bowler. The children are here. I remember last year West Terrace certainly were here in their numbers when they won. Defended the championship. So far, King looks a pretty solid, organised player.
3 without loss, and over number 2 of this the grand final of the City of Bridgetown Herman Griffith Primary School.
Now that's a lovely shot, and we'll get to the boundary, the first boundary. Well done, short and put away by King.
Beautiful shot. It'll be outside the awesome. Given the room, stand and deliver. And he certainly capitalized on that. A beautiful shot for 4. So the first boundary of the game. Of course, the tournament put on by the National Sports Council. Sponsored by C.O.B.
Yeah, just about when I was making the point that Husbands had his length locked down, he bowled a long hop and was put away. Now there's a deep cover, just trying to protect the boundary. That's a much better delivery, much better, good length, good control. Interesting enough, this finals is being played at the ground that the team player here just demoted. So, 2 overs gone, 7 without loss.
Andrew. 7 without loss. And a good start this final with the St. Gabriel side. I like the fact that Andrew, that the captain, was very positive on winning the toss. He made no hesitation in notifying the master of ceremonies, Donovan Lovett, that he was going to bat. That was always the plan. He said he liked the wicket, he liked how the outfield looked. So a perfect start for him. And like I said, he spoke volume to their confidence, the confidence which they bring into this game against perennial champions, the Williams Industries West Terrace Tigers.
So Donovan Lovell with a big powerful voice. They call him the love man, but he doesn't look very, very happy. I don't think maybe he's the sad man today because people apparently not listening. Oh! First wicket goes! Playing no shot. And Corbin strikes. Clark departs. Success for West Terrace.
Well, I wouldn't want to say what I thought young Liam Clark was doing there, but Andrew, I think as a young cricketer, your inclination has got to be to get back to ball. And he's simply just padded up. He just played absolutely no shot to delivery that was right on the stumps. And I call it television cricket, really and truly. And I think that as a youngster coming up, he would learn from that mistake. It was a critical error he committed. And it is to get back to ball. And once the ball is on your stumps, you've got to be able to defend your stumps. And we will get the replay momentarily, but there was definitely no defense whatsoever. He just thrust the left pad forward, bat raised in the air. And the loss is off some beautiful bowling there by Corbin. And the St. Gabriel side 7 for the loss of 1. The batsman out King, bowled by Corbin, and he would not at all be happy with the manner in which he surrendered his wicket.
So Jarius Graham is the new batsman coming to do battle. I want to thank our good friend there at St. Gabriel's, who's making sure that both radio and the stream, we get the vital information. Good to have you. I can't pay you.
PE teacher.
Oh, he's the PE teacher.
Yeah, Mr. Vincent Smith is also the scorer.
Oh, so he's
as
got.
you would say, chief cook and bottle washer.
Yeah. Of course, he's the PE teacher. So wide is signaled by the umpire. So good to have you very much involved. And you are the PE teacher of the school. And it's interesting that you're very much here. Perhaps you could invite your thoughts as to what has happened so far. It's a great achievement for St. Gabriel's to get this far. I mean, you hear about teams like Bailey's, of course, West Terrace, Wesley Hall used to be a big team at one stage. But when you hear St. Gabriel's, you begin to wonder what's going on over there. And it would appear as if you've done a very good job to get these guys where they are. Well, that's a lovely shot. That's a shot with a touch of the Carl Hooper in it. Beautifully driven away. So in terms of preparation, how did it go?
Hi, good morning, welcome Barbados. We've been training at least 2, sometimes 3 days a week at school. And as some of these players, a few of them play at clubs as well. That's what
So Corbin again to King looking very solid indeed. He's your captain, Jasper King. So you're saying that you practice 2 or 3 times a week?
Yes, at school during the lunch break. So we have a pitch, but we've rolled it recently. And that's the extent of the quality of the training at St. Gabriel's.
So Corbin, the wicket taker, has been very good so far. Yeah, that was too short and played away square in the offside. Now, St. Gabriel's, Linden Yard doesn't know where St. Gabriel's is. The third over comes to an end, 11 for 1. Where's St. Gabriel's?
Henry's Lane, which is next to Purity. Um,
I'm going to charge you for the commercial.
yes, St. Gabriel's School is located in Henry's Lane, St. Michael. Yeah.
And in terms of numbers there at the school, how many do you have at the school?
We have about 400 enrollment. Yeah, it's the best school in Barbados.
Oh, it is the best school, but based on the results, certainly it's very good. It's really good to see that you are not only doing well academically, but you're doing well in sports, particularly cricket.
Yeah, people tend to come to St. Gabriel's because they call us a sports school. And because we take part in almost every event that the National Sports Council put on every year. So it could be about up to 15 events, sport events.
Wonderful indeed. So husbands to continue. That's going to be called wide. So umpire Sargent gets an opportunity to use his arms. 11 for 1. This is over number 4 being bowled. Tell us a bit about Jasper King, your captain. Looks pretty organised batsman.
Yes, he is. He plays a lot of cricket. His brother's Oliver King. He's gone to Harrison College now.
Yeah, he looks very organised. Looks as if he loves his game. And how old is he?
He's 11 now. He's in J4. He'll be going off at the 11 plus this year. So we won't see him again.
Okay, so the final year for Jasper King, 11. Let's wish him well in his exams. It's a lovely shot. He looks an organised batsman. No doubt about that, Linden Yard. Seeing him for the first time looks pretty solid.
Yeah, very impressed with the young man. His stroke play, the way he gets behind the ball. He seems to have a lot of time to play a shot. Reminds me of those players who are easy on the ice here. Mark Waugh, Carl Hooper, Lawrence Rowe. Those guys who are easy on the ice. And he really looks the part thus far.
I thought you would have said Shivnarayan Chandapur. Inside there, John to the pad. So he's 11. Who would be the youngest and what age?
That would be Sulman Mohammed. He's the youngest.
How old is he?
He's maybe about 9.
Oh, 9, okay. Well, he had an opportunity there to put that ball away, Graham. It was a long hop. So pretty tight over coming from husbands. 4 gone. St. Gabriel's winning the toss and batting there 14 for 1.
Up against the West Terrace Primary School, the defending champions for the last 2 years in succession, 2023 and 2024. But like I said, Andrew, at the toss, listening to the captain speak, he seems very, very confident, and one can understand why he's this confident. And it's a good batting strip. They've lost a wicket, 14 for the loss of 1, but now all daunted as the rebuilding recommence, I should say.
So, no doubt Corbin will continue. So you got boys, of course, 11, 9, and one girl. How old is she?
She's about 10 years old.
Okay, 10 years old. And it would be interesting to tell us the story how she actually got into the side.
Yeah, very interesting. We were practicing. Practice was actually cancelled.
So Corbin to continue. Bowling to Captain King. I think that's a bit high. Umpire Seals say no. So you're telling us about that story.
Yeah, and the practice was cancelled, and she was out there for practice, but there was no practice, and so I saw her pick up the ball and started bowling to the wall, and then I said to her, "You practice cricket?" And she said, "Yes." She joined the club, and that's how I said, "You know what? I think I need you to come and try out for the team."
Isn't that a wonderful story? Wonderful story indeed. Yeah, there's been a real challenge here for the two batsmen. Corbin, he has bowled well.
14 for the loss of 1, and we are in the process of over number 5 being bowled by Corbin, who got the prize cap of Liam Clark, who played no shot and lost his off stump.
Ball, cotton ball, ball pitched up, coming onto the front foot. Corbin taking the catch. Further trouble for St. Gabriel's, and that young man Corbin looks a good bowler. 14 for 2.
And a very, very soft dismissal there in the end. Delivery pitched up and coming forward, not keeping the face down, not keeping the face closed, and present a simple catch to Corbin. Like I said, he plays cricket, or he attends cricket at the University of West Indies every given weekend. Saturday and Sunday, if it's the bank holidays, also there once cricket is playing, and you can see him run around the outfield playing in front of the pavilion. I would say continuously. Sometimes he's even break for lunch with the players, and does just about everything: bats, bowl, field, catches, and a simple return catch there. And the prize wicket of King, soft dismissal in the end. He looks so good, and he has been dismissed. 14 for the loss of 2, and Andrew sensed that the St. Gabriel side could be in a little bit of trouble at the moment.
So Ira Springer is the new batsman. Left-hander, first left-hander we've seen, but Corbin looks a very, very, very good bowler. No question about that.
Interesting enough, Andrew's going to go around the wicket.
Yep, yep.
What do you think about that?
Well, maybe he's watching the big boys. You know, they tend to do that. Let's see what happens here. He's been given leg before. Given leg before, playing across the ball. The umpire gives him, and all of a sudden Corbin is in a hat trick. Further trouble for St. Gabriel's.
Yes, just a standard delivery there from Ira Springer. Just stood his ground and swung right across the delivery, and really truly give umpire Seal a minimum choice but to give him out. It'll be interesting to see the replay as Corbin operating around the wicket. Like I said, he never really got into the line. Springer just stood there, having taken his guard, and swung right across the line. And Seal wasted no time in raising the index finger, the crucial finger, that critical finger where cricket is concerned. And further trouble for the St. Gabriel's side, having lost King momentarily, having lost Springer. They've also lost the opening pair of Liam Clark, who was first to go, bowled by Corbin. And Corbin having also accounted for Jasper King, who looked the part, caught bowl. So he has all 3 wickets, and he's on a hat-trick, Andrew.
Yeah, let's see if he will get the hat-trick here. We shall see. Oh, he bowls him! Corbin runs around the field as if he just won gold at the Olympics. The young man has picked up a hat-trick, and St. Gabriel's on all kinds of contortions. They are now 14 for 4.
And what a delivery to get first up, Sam Williams. A delivery right up, it pushed back the centre stump. He was in no man's land really, and truly was simply beaten for pace. His bat was kind of in the air. He never really got across his stump or got into the line. Beaten for pace. Beautiful delivery to get a first up. And congratulations to young Kaelin Corbin. I know that his grandmother is definitely jumping and bubbling as her grandson is on fire. 14 for the loss of 4 at St. Gabriel's. They're not looking good whatsoever, Andrew.
No, you talk about a hat trick. Now you got to talk about a potential beaver trick here. No, this has been an amazing performance. I've heard a lot about him. I see him actually with his father, certainly playing up at UWI. While the game is on, he's bowling.
Well, I'll tell you what, Andrew, we've already had a beaver trick in the tournament.
Oh, really? Here we go. Well, he won't get the beaver trick with that. I'm sure that he should be like McGrath or Courtney Walsh or even Lyndon Yard to pitch it right into the stump. So the beaver trick has been averted.
A beautiful over bowler by Kaelin Corbin, and Andrew, that would have been his second beaver trick had he got it there. He has figures of 6 for 4 versus Beer Primary, including a beaver trick, and that would have been his second beaver trick had he gotten it there. It was averted as he did that outside of the awesome, but a magnificent over bowl by the young man. And there you saw the wicket of Williams, nowhere in line whatsoever. And
Yeah, so this is a lot of work now for the St. Gabriel's side to do. They are really under the cosh here. Against the defending champions, they look pretty good. Best Terrace, they got lots of support as well.
$14 for 4, Andrew.
Yeah, not looking good at all.
2 new batters at the crease.
Wiggins and Graham. Husbands is continuing with his uncomplicated leg breaks. But yeah, they got to really steady this rocking ship. That's a nice solid defense coming from Graham.
Lovely shot, driven out through the cover region. They'll pick up 1 to get off that dreaded score of 14 for 4. It now becomes 15 for the loss of 4. Wiggins comes into strike. This is Reagan Wiggins, comes into strike. And Graham finally opens his count. He has faced some 7 deliveries. He has 1 against his name. And St. Gabriel's win the toss in pristine cricketing conditions here at Yorkshire Friendship. Yorkshire Huddersfield Thurman to be exact in St. Michael. They are 15 for the loss of 4. St. Gabriel's School against the Williams Industries West Terrace Primary.
Well, of course, City of Bridgetown certainly very much involved as the title sponsor, no question about that, and Mr. Steve Bell, who of course is the Chief Executive Officer. I hope you got your title right. I know nowadays there are several titles, but I'm sure that he's quite a happy man. First of all, Steve, to be a part of this game being streamed on the BCA website. And of course, there's several people across the world actually watching this. You would be very much a part of this. Just before you do that, we just had a sensational situation where a young man actually picked up a hat trick, and young Corbin bowling well, and as you said, he actually had a beaver trick a little bit early on. So he's going to continue Corbin. Of course, the son of Kyle Corbin. So he knows a thing or two about cricket. Good morning to you, Stephen. Nice to see you.
Yeah, great. Andy, what's up?
I'm okay. Are you well?
As good as it can be, heading to retirement soon.
Really? I didn't know that. I thought you were 21.
I thought so too.
Indeed. But of course, you must be very, very, very happy to be a part of this.
Yeah, we are extremely happy at City Bridge to be part of this initiative. We started, I think last year was our first year. We are committed to this process for the long term because we believe that the youth needs some outlet and energy to actually use their energy. Cricket is our favorite pastime. We've not been doing well in recent time, but from what I've seen here, Kyle, his name is Kyle.
Yeah.
A hat trick, beaver trick. We want it for the future.
Yeah, indeed. There's no question about that. But his father, of course, Kyle Corbin, actually would have represented Barbados playing very much at the first class level. And he's a good bowler. He's pretty quick for his age as well, and has done an excellent job so far. But just getting back, of course, to your sponsorship, there's no question about that you must be a very happy man to be very much a part of this, Steve.
Yeah, we are extremely happy, like I said earlier. I mean, it's important to find avenues that we can actually help the youth in developing their skills, and this is just one small way of us giving back. We are committed to the process for the long term, and we are hoping that we can see some of the youth that we've actually created this opportunity for develop into great ambassadors for West Indies cricket.
Yeah, and I really agree with you, because this is where it all starts. I mean, the Herman Griffith competition, a lot of our very good cricketers would have come through the system. Craig Bathurst and company came through the system, and it's so important to get that sponsorship.
Yeah, it is, years ago we really used to dominate cricket, and in the last 20 years or so we've actually seen it fall away. We can't give up. we have to find ways in which we can actually rejuvenate the sports and get the youth with the talent back interested, and there's just one small way of doing that.
Indeed. Well, I know that you're a very, very busy man. This is your Christmas time, and I'm sure that Akeem and others will be coming a little bit later on to let us know exactly what's happening at your wonderful organization. And I want to open an account. Can I open an account right now?
Yes, you can. I mean, I thought you had already opened an account.
God. The second one.
And that way we can transfer the millions that you have elsewhere.
I like that, Steve. Yeah, but certainly it's good to be very much a part of this. And no doubt you're in for the long haul, you said.
Yeah, for the long haul, because you're just not going to do something in the short term and expect to get great cricketers. It has to be for the long haul.
I'll tell you, this has a lot of potential, because first of all, the parents, the grandparents, people are involved. Your children are playing. Look at the crowd that we got here last year. We certainly had a great, good coverage. Of course, it's on radio, and of course, it's being streamed. And I'm sure that you're quite happy with the kind of mileage that you're getting as well.
Yeah, we're happy with the kilometers we're getting.
Oh, I like that one. I like that one. So here we go. Of course, West Terrace very much involved in this, and St. Gabriel's. You don't often hear about St. Gabriel's. You hear about teams up in St. Philip, of course. Bailey's doing very well. Wesley Hall would have done very well, but St. Gabriel's has come through. That's good for the competition.
And that is extremely good. I was shocked to hear that St. Gabriel's had actually come through, because I didn't know that it was part of their culture.
No, you're very right. In fact, the coach was with us earlier, and he was certainly making the point that that they're very much involved in sports, very disciplined. They practice 2 or 3 times, and it's very, very good for them. In fact, Stephen Farmer, the former Barbados All-Rounder, his grandson is actually playing in this game. Kyle Corbin, of course, his son plays for the other side. So it's really good to see that St. Gabriel's are part of this.
Yeah, it is. It is good to see that all children from all ilks, all lives and singing Barbados is actually involved, and we're looking for a much bigger competition next year.
Well, just before you go, of course, you would want to re-emphasize the importance of your involvement in this competition. C.O.B. I've got to just transfer my millions to that fixed deposit, and they always have a very good interest rate there as well. You know that Linden Yard are going to have you, and of course a wonderful, wonderful organization, and good to see you very much involved in the arts and very much involved in cricket as well. So, Steve, it's a pleasure to have you come in to talk to us here.
Thanks, it was great being here, and I look forward to a very good and entertaining game, even though it started out kind of shaky.
A little shaky, yeah. And finally, your involvement comes at a time when West Indies cricket is not strong, so it means that you still got faith in the youngsters. We can hope that they can come through and make West Indies cricket strong again, and by extension make us proud.
Yeah, and that is very true. I mean, C.O.B depends on the youth. I mean, people like me is going to be moving on. People like you is going to move on.
Yeah. I've moved on already. I'm out of retirement.
Yeah, so, the youth is going to actually be our future. So we have to continue investing in youth and having faith in them.
All right. So thanks to you, Steve Bell, the Chief Executive Officer. Did I get your title correct?
That's correct.
And you've been there for quite a while. Time to retire.
Too long.
Thank you very much indeed. All right. So there you have it, Steve Bell, the title sponsors, of course, C.O.B, very much a part of this, and has just graced us with his presence, and it's really good that he can come along. Time for a change, of course. Our very good friend is just about to come a call in. We're talking about Andy Payne, who is in pink today. Interesting colours actually got there, but it represents a pretty difficult situation now, Linden Yard, as you're going to be joined by Andy Payne. 23 for 4. They've got a lot of work to do, St. Gabriel's.
Oh, yes, they do. And during the process of that interview, we saw a nice full toss clip through mid-wicket by Graham to take the total to 23. So, and he will be dependent on a lot. He has 6 against his name. He's been joined by Wiggins, who's on 1. And they still have a long way to go in this final. And they will want to bat themselves to at least bat out the overs, which is very, very important, despite the fact that they've lost 4 wickets, 3 in 1 over to the man with the ball in his hand, in young Kaelin Corbin. As I say, good morning to you, Andy Payne.
A very good morning, Lyndon. Good morning to all viewers out there. Impressive start by young Kaelin Corbin. can tell you the guy's got some accuracy, he's got pace, and more impressively, he's got the wickets.
And the key to all that, Andy Payne, is that he has been asking questions of the batsman. Basically, I think he's only bowled 2 or 3 deliveries, no more than 3 deliveries that have gone outside of the off stump. Other than that, he's been at the wicket, at the batsman, and really asking questions. For his age, pace, and size, he does have some pace about him, and it's making it a little uncomfortable for the St. Gabriel side, who are 23 for the loss of 4.
Yeah, like you said, his accuracy has been on spot, Lyndon. He's really been asking questions. He's really bowling at the wicket. He's been thereabout on the stumps. He got a couple of wickets. That hat trick, impressive. The one hole he got young Sam Williams out, especially. Good pace and directed at the stumps. And dismissing Sam with that first delivery, I thought that was a very, very good ball.
They move to go around the wicket to the left-hander who came at number 3 and have him struck in front. A brilliant move as well.
Just argues about his understanding of the game, Lyndon. Just his thought process was very clear. He wanted to get the ball into the stumps to the left-hander rather than going across him. And as you saw, he came around the wicket and immediately he had him struck like before, right in front of the stumps. Again, just arguing to his accuracy and how he's gone about his bowling this morning.
Back at the top of his mark, 23 for the loss of 4. Defended by Graham. Looks solid.
Yeah, and you must give some commendations to young Graham. He's now batted some 22 deliveries. He's on 6. But he shows stout defense. I mean, the wickets were falling around him and he just stood there and he's offering that good stability up to what his team needs right now. He looks solid in the defense, like you said. He played a few shots as well. You saw that one work off the legs a bit earlier, off the spinner into mid-wicket. But yeah, he looks very sound in defense.
We're in the process of over number 9. 1 delivery remaining in the 9th. 23 for 4. And solidly played by Graham to end over number 9. And in this, the National Sports Council C.O.B under 13 Herman Griffith final at Yorkshire. Huddersfield trying to be exact. Friendship 23 for the loss of 4. St. Gabriel's win the toss and batting.
Yeah, so young Corbin, like he's just bowled his 4th over in the yard. Impressive figures, 4 for 6 from his 4. I mean, including that hat trick, but you know, he's done the bulk of it. He's put his team in a really good position. He's had good support from his opening partner and Atiba Husbands, I think that was his name,
who has conceded some 16 runs from his 4th over, from his 4 overs as well.
Yep. So a very good start for the West Stars team, but it just shows they need a partnership here between Wiggins and Graham if they're going to put up any respectability to the scoreboard.
Wiggins will have the strike. Forces a short delivery out into that offside for a single. So take you around the field as a backward point. Interestingly set field. Backward point is a cover point, cover, extra cover, mid off, mid on, short mid wicket. There's a mid wicket convention as well, and then there's a fielder behind square, behind umpire seal. So interestingly, the offside well saturated, and he playing a 5-4 field.
And the bowlers have been pretty bowling to the field very much. Lyndon Yard, like you said, 5-4. You see that one just hit it out there to extra cover with Kaelan Corbin's in attendance. But yeah, generally these boys are very decent in their setup so far. There haven't been a lot of extras, and usually, you know, extras plays a pivotal role in the scoring in this tournament.
Yes, so kudos to the coaches who've done a wonderful job in getting both teams to the final, and all the coaches who've taken part in this year's tournament. And there is plenty of work to be done. Of course, the outstanding players, usually those players who are committed and who are in club setup, as opposed to those players who are just turn up to represent the school. Here's a little bit pull through mid wicket. Square leg is after it, and they take 1. Might be contemplating the second. Going to come back for the second. Return comes in to keeper forward, and not taken by keeper forward. Got in the tangle there with Graham. And in the meantime, Graham moves to 8, and there's no 26 for the loss of 4.
A good piece of fielding by that man from square leg, Lyndon Yard, running around to his left and preventing what looked like a boundary. Pulled it back and got the ball back in, so restricting them to just 2. But lovely work by the man out there in the outfield.
Of Of course, the teams were met by the Honourable Charles Griffith, MP, Minister of Youth, Sport and Community Empowerment, and the Deputy of the National Sports Council, Mr. Emerson Bascom, Director of Sports. Lunging forward is Graham. Plays the ball out in the offside. So at the end of over number 10, and it is safe to say, Andy Payne, that the Williams Industries West Terrace Primary are in total control against the finalists St. Gabriel's School, and it is 26 with a loss of 4 as we have the first break upon us.
St. Gabriel's.
Yes, Lyndon, they think that they're really in the ascendancy of the West Terrace team here. Williams Industries West Terrace team, Lyndon Yard. I'll tell you what, 26 for 4 after 10. That's a very good showing by them. Like I said, not a lot of extras. I tell you the batting so far. You have Jasper King. He was caught and bowled by Corbin for 8. Liam Clark. He was bowled by Corbin without scoring. Ira Springer. He was legged before wicket to Corbin without scoring. And Sam Williams, the third man of that hat trick, he was bowled by Corbin without any score. I tell you, but good, impressive bowling they're being showed. Even in the outfield, in the yard, the feeling seems to be good. The keeper, the captain, looks a very good keeper as well. Like I said, this pair now between Wiggins and Graham got lots of work to do for the team if they're going to put any respectability to that total. Conditions here in the yard, you can see it's a very nice day for cricket. It's very bright and sunny. The spectators are coming out in their numbers. Full support for both school teams. West Terrace based over there on the west, and then the St. Gabriel's team is over there in Bridgetown, as spoken by their game PE teacher a bit earlier. So King caught and bowled Corbin for 8. Clark, he was bowled by Corbin without any score. Graham, he's still very much there on 8 of 28 deliveries. Springer, he was legged before the Corbin without a score. Sam Williams, he was bowled by Corbin without a score as well. Bowling so far for the West Terrace team, you see young Kalen Corbin, 5 overs, 3 maidens, 4 wickets and 6 runs. Impressive figures by the young man. Atiba Husbands, 5 overs, no maidens, none for 19, offering good support. Tells you wickets fell at 7, 14, 14 and 14. So a little bit of a recovery at 26 for 4 after losing their 4th wicket at 14, and some 10 overs already completed in the yard.
And I'm sure that they will want to continue to rebuild. First wicket, actually the second wicket, wicket of King. Soft dismissal. He was batting too well, Andy Payne, to get out like that. Then first delivery to get around the wicket, and the batsman went right across it and left umpire Vincent C with no give him out. And then the hat trick delivery, an in-swinging Yorker that went right past Sam Williams' defense, and late on it played outside of the delivery and was definitely throwing pace. So by the time he had gotten his foot moved, and his stumps were disturbed, and the chief wrecker at the moment, young Kalen Corbin, with 4 for 6. And like I said earlier, he had a hat trick in the tournament, a beaver trick against Bay Primary when he took 6 for 4. Young Kalen Corbin. So he's having a fantastic game, a fantastic series. Neymar Ford, the keeper for West Terrace, he has 136 not out against Al Fala School. And those are just some of the outstanding performances in this year's tournament. Of course, following the game, we'll have the presentation ceremony, and several prizes are up for grabs. There were 4 zones this year. As play is about to recommence. And, the zone winners, West Terrace, they took care of the George Linton and Seymour Nurse zone. The Teston Payne and Milton Small zone was taken care of by Bailey's Primary. Richard Straker and the Costa Atherley zone were taken care of by Gordon Greenwich Primary, and the Ricardo Ski and Joel Garner zone won by finalist St. Gabriel's School, more known for their swimming exploits and cross-country running, Andy Payne. So good to see them picking up another discipline, and the school excelling in it as well. 4 times swimming champion. And what a phenomenal achievement for the St. Gabriel's School. Like I said, that's really a primarily recognized, and by extension now they were losing semi-finalists last year in this tournament. So it just goes to show the importance of the continuation, and they've gone one step further this year to get to the final. Bit of left arm spin by Ford into the attack. Neymar Ford into the attack. So change of keeper Andy Payne. So Ford showing his versatility, left arm between the umpire and the stumps, operating from the northern end.
You know, Lyndon, it just goes back to that versatility, like you said. At that age, you're just not sure what you're into. He does everything in the game.
Just for the natural level of the game, Andy Payne. 26 for 4 over number 11 of 20. Steered into the offside by Wiggins. And then he go for a quick single and gets it 2. So Wiggins is up to 3. And it's 27 for the loss of 4 in the process of over number 11. Beautiful cricketing conditions existing here at the Friendship Ground.
Yes, lovely day for cricket. Like you said, the outfield is look very good. The pitch is playing very decent and lovely true pitch. As you've seen that one peeling off the outside edge, Lyndon Yard just taking the pace out of that one and hanging it a bit outside the off stump. And you saw young Wiggins going for the drive there.
Young
Graham, going for the drive and just taking the outside edge. Moves the score up to 9 in the process.
No damage done. A victory there for Ford, who's in. And the ball says run. You'll be bowling to Wiggins, who has 3. Graham's looked good. I haven't faced him 29 deliveries for his 9. And I'm sure that his coach will want him to back the remaining 9 overs. And having said that, they've lost another wicket. The wicket of Wiggins. Beaten for pace. And they'll be pushed through by Neymar Ford and pushing back the leg stump. So further trouble for the St. Gabriel side from a position of 28 for 40, now 28 for the loss of 5. Andy.
Yeah, very good variety being bowled there by the captain, Neymar Ford. Like you said, the previous delivery to Graham, he just hung it outside the off stump, giving it quite a lot of air. But on this occasion, you saw him just pushing that one into the new batter and getting the middle of the leg stump just dismissed. So quicker arm ball really there, Lyndon Yard. So just showing his versatility and as well as the variety that he's got. So picking up another wicket. You saw it out there on the replay, Lyndon Yard just arming that one into the right hander. Had no answer for it. So further trouble there for the St. Gabriel's team. West Terrace picking up the 5th.
And I should say that both teams have come into this final unbeaten, 7-0 record. But you know, Andy, cricket is a game of such glorious uncertainty. You would believe that one team will have to lose. And at the moment, the side looking on the wrong side of victory is the St. Gabriel side. 28 runs on the board, half of their side down. And the new batsman in is Genesis Maynard, who comes to the crease to join Graham. And we have a bowling change. Haynes is into the attack, operating from the highway end, you can call it that.
Caleb Haynes.
Having my first look at the young man. 28 for the loss of 5. And still the attacking field. There's a short third man. There's a point, cover, extra cover. The extra cover is now going to go to the mid-off position. So cover and mid-off. Mid-on. And he's eager to go in. A fielding change. As young, get her name shortly.
Krishan Kamabach.
He's being moved to that mid-off position, so the extra cover is back in play now. Haynes once again hands something to umpire Sargent and starts in. Graham hits it down the ground. We'll pick up one, bad bit of feeling, and allows the ball to go into the boundary. So a poor bit of feeling by Combach, who was just moved into that position at the mid-off position. Ran around to long on and went down very, very slowly, Andy Payne, and giving away a welcome boundary to the St. Gabriel side, who moved 32 for 5.
Yeah, welcome indeed, but very poor piece of feeling there by young Kamabach. He's a player who expects to do a lot better. I usually know him to be a wicket keeper as well, young Kishan Kamabach, but he could have done a lot better.
And he's gone right through him, and he gets his man Graham. The prize wicket goes. Bowl for 13. Ball by Haynes, beaten for pace. Opting to play with both feet together in the crease, and further trouble for the St. Gabriel side, having won the toss and electing to bat in the National Sports Council and C.O.B sponsored under 13 Herman Griffith final here at Friendship. No friends whatsoever at the moment. It is 32 for the loss of 6. The prize cap of Graham, who looked so good for his 13, Andy Payne goes, and again the St. Gabriel side, after mounting a little bit of a challenge, they've fallen away by losing wickets.
Yeah, you called it correctly, Lyndon Yard. The prize wicket of that man, Graham. He looked very solid, but a good delivery there being bowled by Haynes. Haynes coming into his first over and picking up that prize wicket. Just challenging the stumps again, Lyndon Yard. And as soon as he missed that with his defense, he's got to go back to the hutch. But further trouble there for the St. Gabriel's team. Like you said, 32 for 6. We're in the course of over number 12. The new batter is Kai Dawson. Dawson's just made his way onto the pitch. I'll tell you, further trouble here.
So another fielding change. So they're really making Corbin work tremendously, and she's now positioned at that short third man position.
Just like we said, the field players be very interested, Lyndon.
Another field position being switched around again. The long off has gone to long on. Short third man coming back. There's a backward point cover, extra cover, long off, long on, and the coach wants Combach to come to her right. She does that, and Haynes moves in to bowl to Dawson. First delivery, Dawson swings across the delivery, and the keeper doesn't take it, and they're going to scramble a single. We'll see if there's a signal from the umpire. So had the bye signal by the umpire, and first sign of aggression, Andy Payne, but not what is warranted at this stage.
I'll tell you what, that delivery was a pretty quick delivery as well, Lyndon Yard. It beat both the batter and the keeper pace. He says you just needed to be a little bit more watchful.
33 for the loss of 6. It brings Maynard into strike. He will have his first delivery. And this is Genesis Maynard. Haynes with 1 for 4 in his first over. If you're just joining us, and Gabriel's won the toss and elected to bat, and they're 33 for 6. Make that 33 for 7 as Maynard swings across the line of a short delivery. Kept a little low, Andy Payne, but the key there is that he didn't keep his eyes on the ball, and further trouble for St. Gabriel's side. 33 for 6 becomes 33 for the loss of 7 as Haynes picks up his second wicket in the course of his first over.
Yes, another aggressive delivery, Lyndon. Like you said, just challenging those stumps. I'll tell you, Haynes is very deceptive. He's got quite a bit of pace on these deliveries, Lyndon Yard. You see, just going across that one. If you have a look at it on the replay here, just hitting across that one, just angling back into the middle of the stump and losing his wicket out of shape, really. He wanted to play a bit straighter on that occasion, but it wasn't adapt to that. And further trouble, really, for the St. Gabriel side, as West Terrace making further inroads.
Well, he didn't get into the line, Andy Payne. He was looking to make some room for it. It was in 2 minds to hit it through the offside or go through the onside. In the end, having been caught in 2 minds, he lost his off stump. And Haynes, with his final delivery, runs up and aborts his run. And 33 for the loss of 7. Not a lot left in the St. Gabriel's camp. Maynard, the last batsman, out. It's been a string of low scores as Haynes is in, and this delivery is a punch by Harvey. This is Ian Harvey down the offside. There's no run. The end of a beautiful over, Andy Payne, and from a position of 33 for 6 to 33 for the loss of 7. Harvey's yet to score, having faced 1 delivery. Dorson is yet to score as well, and a run rate at the moment, and they have 2.75. 13 overs gone.
Yeah, still a lot of overs to go, but it needs to someone to stand.
12 overs gone, sorry.
Yeah, 12 overs completed, so it still needs someone to at least battle some overs. But that man Haynes, Caleb Haynes, coming immediately into those bowling charges and making an impact immediately. Lyndon Yard picking up those 2 crucial wickets that lend to what was there before him. So he's really put his team further in the ascendancy, I can tell you. So the West Terrace team, they must be feeling cock-a-hoop here.
Well, we'll have 13 overs, and I think the key here is to survive those 13 overs. If they can at least bat those 13 overs, and they won't believe they can accumulate at least 60 odd off those 13 overs, it would help their score as this delivery is down the leg side by Haynes. No signal there from umpire Seal. Neymar Holder, left arm between the umpire and the stump.
Husbands is the new keeper.
So Atiba Husbands replacing Neymar Ford behind the stumps, and not doing a good job so far. Andy Payne is having some trouble collecting the ball.
Yeah, but he shows his versatility as well. Remember this young man with a 4-punt ball in Linden Yard, and now he's come back and just taking up the wicket keeping duties.
As a young man, Andy Payne, you did everything in the cricket as well.
Of course, especially when you get to that period of your career at the school, you know that you're a senior player, and most is asked of you. Even open the batting.
Dawson on strike, 33 for 7.
Yeah, just aborting his run there.
Delivery played in the air and misfielded by the fielder at the backward point position. Allows a single. So Dawson, with that single, opens his account and it's 34 for loss of 7.
Yeah, just that awareness, you know, once it touched down at that backward point, it was spin away from you. So he approaching it as if it was coming straight to him. So things that they will learn. Remember, this is the future of our cricket, Linden. This is all a learning curve. So good to see the young men in the park. And you know they will get better as time goes on.
And that is wicket number 8 as Harvey essays a drive. His off stump is pushed back. And Neymar Ford is among the wicket once again. And further trouble for Gabriel's side in the 2025 final of the National Sports Council C.O.B sponsored Under 13 Herman Griffith Primary Schools Cricket Competition final. And 34 for loss of 8.
And Neymar Ford again showing that accuracy, and just using the variety that he's got. A quicker delivery again, just angling that one into the offspit. The right hander of Harvey. Ian Harvey, a cricketer's name definitely, but he wasn't good enough to defy that one. And through to the defenses, and yet another wicket for young Ford, the captain, just showing his versatility. Linden, like you said, this one coming in with the arm and challenging the stumps again there. And he had no answer, Ian Harvey, and he's got to go back to the dugout as well. So further trouble there, really. 34 for 8, and you're holding over number 13.
The new batsman is Nathan Drakes, and he has joined Dawson. The current rate 2.68. We have 12 overs and 2 deliveries remaining in this innings. But unfortunately for St. Gabriel's side, they only have 2 wickets left. And we'll want, like I said, to bat out. Drakes stylishly in behind his first delivery, short delivery from Ford. And plays it back up on the offside, and there is no run. So actually you have it is Mohamed Dega who's gone in. And his second delivery allows it to go by, picked up off the ground, I should say, by Husbands, Atiba Husbands, showing his versatility, opening the bowling, in tandem with Kalen Corbin, and now he's gone behind the stump, replacing Neymar Ford, who started behind the stumps.
Yeah, just a little byplay there by Neymar Ford. But yeah, you see the new batter, Mohamed Dega. But wickets been falling at regular intervals, Linden.
And he's in behind it. Gets the approval of his side. Showing the full face of the bat. And at the end of over number 13, St. Gabriel's win the toss and batting 34 for the loss of 8.
Yeah, very good showing so far by the Williams Industries West Terrace team, Linden Yards, like you said, continuing to pick up wickets and picking up wickets at regular intervals. Haven't been able to put together much of a partnership, the St. Gabriel's teams. I'm sure that would be very much to their defiance. They would have wanted to have a good partnership at some point in this innings. Not the case to be, but on the other hand, West Terrace continue to pick up the wickets, as it looks like that man Caleb Haynes, who picked up 2 in his first over, continuing for a second.
Dawson gets the delivery and swings it down behind square, and we'll pick up what will be his second run number 35. And I think Andy, one of the questions that we want to pose to the coach in Vincent Smith is how difficult is it How difficult is it for him at school in terms of not having a, how difficult do you find it in terms of not having a pitch for the children to consistently practice on as wicket number 9 goes down? The Dagger playing a delivery into the stumps, and wicket number 9 goes down. Haynes picks up his 3rd wicket, and St. Gabriel's in further trouble. 35 for the loss of 9. Going to pose that question to Vincent Smith. How difficult is it at the school not having an actual cricket pitch that you can really see the children express and develop their skills?
Well, the closest thing for a cricket pitch is be a basketball court. And because once you go on that uneven ground, then the ball's going to bounce and bowl anyway, you know. You can't control the bowling, you can't control the bounce. So yes, it's very, very difficult. And then the basketball court is occupied as well. So yeah, if you can get even an artificial pitch that you can roll out, that's something we're looking to invest in.
So it's been extremely difficult for the school then under the circumstances, which means then you're basically practicing with tape ball.
Yes, softball, tape ball, yeah. You do your best, right, with what you have.
The school on persisting with giving the children every given opportunity, although they're not the ideal conditions or not the ideal opportunity to delivery, which is pulled into the short mid wicket region. There's no run, but the persistency of these schools to allow the children to express themselves via the softball or tape ball. And for the school to have lost last year in the semi-final and to get to the final this year, Andy, it definitely must have taken a Herculean effort.
Oh yes, and like you said, that continuity, like you said, to progress from semi-finals last year into the final this year, also dethroning a team like Bailey's in the semi-finals. You know, it just shows that consistency and just moving up, just coming to the final for probably the first time as well. And then just a bit of nerves in there. You could imagine these young boys, these lads just wanted to get here. There's that eagerness, and then to see a crowd of this magnitude, you know, it's just that nerves. But I'm sure they've done that, the consistency to get here. So coming here again, for them will be just another hurdle that they've reached, and it's just, you know, the nerves, the early nerves here. I think that's what's gotten the better of them.
Again to Coach Smith, how difficult has the adjustment been? The appeal, and that is the end of the innings. Last man, Drake's is that the St. Gabriel side have been bowled out for 35 all out of 13.5 overs, 35 all out, and we'll have the scorecard for you. I was putting the question to the coach Smith. How difficult is it then to make the transition from softball and tape ball to practice with a hard ball?
It is extremely difficult. There's a fear that you have to get out of the hard ball first. You overcome that fear, and then your biology, the body has to adjust to the power and the force of the ball on your hands and so on. So once you overcome those, then you can begin to play hard ball and face hard ball. That's very intimidating. So there's a lot of psychology, there's a lot of physical adjustment and changes. So it's something you have to be doing a long time before you can come into a competition. You can't just get up one day and bowl hard ball or face hard ball. It's very dangerous as well. So you have to overcome that through a lot of practice. And that requires months of practice first. And then you can get comfortable. Then you could come into the game and play after that.
I know that the school has done exceptionally well. You've won 4 swimming championships. You're well known for your cross country as well. And in terms of the cricketing aspect of it, the fact that you are against the 8 ball, when do you commence practice for this competition?
When the term began. Which is something that we looking to change, restructure how we build up the cricket, because in most of the other sports we have a legacy where there's usually 2 teams, and when one team is gone, because about 7 of the players here are going to be gone next year. So every primary school is going to face that problem where they have to rebuild every single year. But if you have a B team, so to speak, enough players that you can build a B team, when they're gone, you're not starting from scratch, right? Those would have had maybe a year of experience, and then come into the team more comfortable and ready to play cricket.
Okay, I know that you will be needed with your team at the moment, so I want to say a big thank you for coming to us here and have a conversation with the public and notify the public what goes on in the St. Gabriel school setup. You said the school's numbers are around 400 people. What about the parental support, the support of the parents? How critical is that to the belief of the children?
Yeah, definitely. The school policy is that we participate in almost every sport National Sports Council provide each year, and it could be close to about 14 different sports. In the past, even surfing and all those other sports, we took part in all, long distance running, everything. Our school is here, as you can see. Our principal is over there, and we definitely would like to be able to offer more support. But in terms of academics and blending academics and sport, we do well in both. We're considered a sports school as well as an academic school. And we have players who take part in 8 sports and still get A's in the 11 plus. So it's just the way how you manage it and how the teachers are able to work with us when we go out, because even this term you can have one player losing maybe 3 weeks doing swimming, doing cricket, doing football and so on, and still get doing well in 11 plus. So the school does make adjustments for them and allow for them to fit right back into the both programs, rather than saying, well, only one matters, academics only. No, we are able to blend it very well, successfully at St. Gabriel's.
Well spoken. I want to say a big thank you and continue to implore the school, the teachers, to strive for excellence with these children and giving them the opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
PE Coach Vincent Smith. Andy? Well, a meager 35 is the target, 36 being the target, and on a good wicket, good cricketing conditions, a low scoring affair by the St. Gabriel school, having won the toss and opted back Andy. But as explained by the coach, definitely they would have had their challenges in terms of not having the availability of a pitch, and I too could relate to the sentiments made by the coach there in the fact of not having a pitch, because where I went to school at the Garrison, we did not have the uses of a cricket pitch. In our time, we playing the under 15, and we would have been left to ruin our chance to take our chances with softball, tape ball. But then, like the coach said, the fear of the hard ball. Not every child is or fear of the hard ball or wants to be hit by a hard ball. As we're going to run through the scoreboard for you in this final, where the St. Gabriel School won the toss and opted the bat. Andy Payne.
Yeah, Lyndon Yard, I can tell you this batting card is not the best that they were voted, but you heard Coach Smith tell you a lot about his team and his charge. But Justin, first to go was King. He was caught and bowled by Corbin. He went for 8. Then you had Clark, who was bowled by Corbin without scoring. Graham, he top scored with 13 Lyndon Yard. He batted good. He looked solid. That is Jarius Graham. He also had Sprayer, bowled by Corbin, like before wicket to Corbin without scoring. Sam Williams, he was bowled by Corbin without scoring. Wiggins, it was bowled by Captain Ford for 3. Maynard, he was bowled by Haynes without scoring. Dawson left not out on 2. Harvey, he was bowled by Ford without scoring. Degia, he was bowled by Haynes without scoring. And Drates, also no score, bowled by Haynes. I can tell you there were some 9 extras, Lyndon, consisting of 1 by, 1 leg by, and some 7 wides. So a total of 35 all told. Just one double figure contributor, like we said, Jarius Graham. He was the top scorer for 13. Bowling, I can tell you, impressive bowling here, but figures by the West Terrace team. I can tell Caden Corbin, he brought the bat of the batting. 5 overs, 3 maidens, 4 for 6, including the hat trick. Lyndon Yard, his opening partner, Atiba Husbands, 5 overs, no maidens, none for 19. Captain Neymar Ford, showing his versatility. He kept wicket at the beginning. He came in and bowled 2 overs, no maidens. He picked up 2 cheap wickets for 3 runs. And that man, Caleb Haynes, at the back end, really putting together the work of Caleb Corbin. He bowled 1.5 overs, no maidens, and he picked up 4 wickets also for 5 runs. So very impressive figures being bowled there by the West Terrace teams. To tell you, Lyndon Yard, the wickets fell at 7. He had 3 wickets at 14 for the hat trick. He had 2 at 14, 3 at 14, 4 at 14. A partnership of some 14 runs for the 5th wicket. The 5th wicket went now at 28. Then we had 32 for 6. 33 for 7, 34 for 8, and the final 2 wickets are going down on the score on 35. So like you said, Lyndon Yard, the target for the Williams Industries West Terrace team is 36 if they're going to lift this trophy again. The defending champions, Lyndon. Remember, they won in 2024 and back here for a repeat.
Well, traditionally, Andy Payne, in normal cricketing conditions, and you get bowled out, the opposition will start their replay ahead of the lunch break, and I suspect that that's what's going to happen here as we see the pitches being rolled. But we must commend the defending champions. They were outlet champions and they played like champions. Only 9 extras given away in a total of 35. How critical was their bowling execution in terms of the bowling changes first up, the bowlers used, and then the bowling changes?
Yeah, very impressive. Like you said, it's a very well oiled unit. You know, Coach Herman, he's been around for a long time. These players there, you can show that they've done quite a lot of cricket. Lyndon Yard, they seems to be very experienced when you see someone like Corbin bowling up front and not giving away any extras. You saw his accuracy. You saw how important he was to the start of that bowling innings, and as well as Tiba Husbands giving support. Usually, like we said, in this type of tournaments, Lyndon, extras usually does the bulk of the scoring. But you can see how accurate these lads were from the get-go. So, like you said, we got Andrew Mason. He's going to come in here. I'm sure he's got some important figures with him. Looks like Kyle Corbin, the captain of young, the father of young Kaelan Corbin, who would have opened up the bowling, picking up that all-important hat trick. So if you can just settle in here, you can see interview coming up with Andrew Mason between young Kaelan Corbin. Impressive figures. 5 overs, 3 maidens, some 4 wickets. Just conceded some 6 runs. So Kaelan Corbin, Kyle, I just want to give Kaelan this. Kaelan, if you can put these on so you can hear me properly. Very good morning to you, Kaelan.
Yeah, thanks.
I can tell you very impressive figures this morning. Some 5 overs and you pick up 4 wickets for 6 runs, including the hat trick. Was that your first hat trick?
No, please. When West Ham played against the Premier, that was my first hat. 6 for 4, including the beaver trick.
So you've had a beaver trick early in this tournament and now followed up with a hat trick.
Yes,
Your start this morning, it seems like the balls was coming out very good from early. You got it to swing around a little bit?
Yeah, swinging very big.
In swingers predominantly?
Yeah, it was kind of challenging to get them on the stumps because it was swinging very big. But somehow I got it done.
Yeah, you showed good control. But tell me about your goal throughout this tournament, your pace. I've seen you a bit earlier. You seem to be bowling pretty quick. So this season you seem to be very fit. You does quite a lot of work.
Yes, please. I put in a lot of work and it seems to pay off.
I have here with you your father, Kyle Corbin. Kyle is your mentor, definitely, and one of your coaches.
Yes, please. He coaches me probably like around every day. He tells me he's going to hit balls, shadow shots, and so on and so forth. So it has been a long journey, and I'm just glad to see it pay off.
Thank you. So to you, Kyle Corbin, how impressive is that with the young man, and how proud are you?
As a parent, relatively proud of his success. He's a child that's willing to learn, and that's the most important thing. And he loves the game. From a very young age, I was just telling a few guys over there earlier that from before his eyes were open, he was coming to cricket. He comes to cricket with us every weekend, brings his gear, warms up with the team, trains with the team. He wants to play, he loves the game. Very passionate about it, and again, like I said, he's willing to learn. He's a student of the game. So I mean, he's going to have all the tools necessary to succeed. It's just for him now to use those tools to the best of his ability.
Yeah, and like you said, his skill set, he said you put in quite a lot of work with him mornings and even in shadow shots. Tell me, I know he's a batter as well, so how good is he in that field in your view?
To be honest, I think his batting is very underrated. I think obviously the bowling is taking precedence at the moment. And I know he wants to play a lot more shots. I mean, you know that this is the times now with a lot of 6s and 4s and that kind of stuff. But one thing I try to focus on with him is his foundation. and that is good defense, playing the ball straight, just the basic fundamentals of batting that I think that will take him even into international cricket, things that you always hear that don't change. And those are the things I really focus on. The mental side of it is going to come with a lot of experience, with a lot of failure as well, to be able to learn from his mistakes. But again, my thing for him is to just make sure he has a good foundation and the right tools to perform to the best of his ability.
Yeah, I can tell you, Kyle, one thing you said, those fundamentals are very important at this junior level. I can tell you, this young man seems to have all the right tools. And he's got a very good support cast. He's got yourself, he's got his mom. Like you said, he's very much there in the UE camp every weekend. You got Pedro Collins, Jonathan Carter, who's very much close to these players as well. I want to tell you, congratulations. I'm not going to let you leave here, though, without saying to his grandmother, who I know is probably his biggest fan. I know how proud she is. I'm sure she'll be having quite a lot of words with you and with young Kaylin throughout this tournament.
Absolutely. I mean, you know who she is. Everybody knows who she is. She wasn't going to miss this game or anything. And like I told him, I had to learn how to just accept that is how she is. And she's a mother. I think even his mom. You will see her, she's quiet, but for every wicket she jumps up. She keeps a lot of love the same way. So it's something that he's going to get more accustomed to. I understand that just comes with the territory, but he does have a very big support cast, and sky's the limit for him.
So before you go, Kaylin, 36 runs for victory. How confident are you and how confident the team in getting this one and pulling off yet another victory?
I feel confident, and the captain Neymar Ford is confident, and I made sure that the whole team is confident. So I think that we should more than likely win this game.
So you want to say any kudos to any other person out there watching and viewing on the stream? I know you've got your school friends back at school, the principal, definitely. So anyone else that you want to say thanks for the support?
Yeah, thanks for my father, my whole family, and all of my school teachers, all my classmates that came out to watch me go today.
Okay, so with that, Kaylin, I'm going to wish you all the best to you and your team. Kyle, Corbin, thank you very much. Keep grounded, this young man. Lots of potential, lots of ability, and we wish him all the best from here and into the future. Thank you very much to you boys, both.
Thanks.
So there you have it. Young Kaylin Corbin and his dad, Kyle Corbin, for coming over and sharing a few words with us. Like I said, a very talented young man, very grounded young man, one with lots of ability, one who's looking for a bright future ahead. I can tell you he's got the support cast, he's got the right tools, he's in the right setting. So I can tell you from here, some 36 runs for victory for 36 runs for victory for the West Terrace team if they're going to repeat this trophy for the 2025 season. So yeah, so again, can tell you from there at the ground, you're not missing any cricket. Like you said, it's the interval. Already 36 runs for victory for the West Terrace team. Like I said, very impressive bowling figures there by this pair of Haynes and Corbin. Corbin 4 for 6, Haynes 4 for 5. Support from their captain Neymar for 2 wickets as well to add up for that total of 10. The top score of 13 runs, I can tell you from Jarius Graham, just one mega partnership of 14 runs for the 5th wicket. But outside of that, nothing. I can tell you earlier this morning when we got here, the growth field is very fast. A pitch is a very solid pitch, firm, very quick as well, and very well executed by young Kaylin Corbin of the West Terrace team. The spectators are very much out here. It's a lovely crowd, but very good work being put on by the National Sports Council as well to put together this tournament. The C.O.B, the sponsors for yet another time. So the 2025 Herman Griffith Primary School Cricket Competition Final being held here at the Yorkshire Ground in Friendship in St. Michael. I can tell you, the crowd is growing. There's got quite a lot of people out here. The schools have got their full support. The principals are here. I can tell you, it's carrying this stream live on the YouTube and BCS website. Also have in attendance, like Andrew Mason said a bit earlier, Stephen Farmer, who's from Barbados all around, he's here, as well as Teddy Williams, who's also the father of young Sam Williams from the St. Gabriel's team, the Williams Industries as well. They're sponsoring the West Terrace team, so Teddy Williams carrying quite a few hats here. If you can just stand by here with us, we're going to give you some coverage from the last year's final that was played right here at the Friendship Ground in St. Michael.
Herman Griffith Primary School Cricket Final 2024. It is a contest between Amazing Deals Wesley Hall and the Williams Industries West Terrace. As you saw a little earlier, West Terrace, they won the toss, and their captain Ronnie Watson said that they're going to have a bat first.
11 and 2. Watson on 2.
Another misfield means that they can come back for 2 and maybe get a boundary as well. Well, this too could be another boundary. Brilliant use in terms of opening the face of the bat on that one from Ford.
And 47 without loss.
Yeah, all out there just to do their best, just to make themselves, their parents, and everybody at school proud. Oh, brilliant on the boundary. That's the type of commitment we love to see. Lashed away. A full toss. A no ball for height as well. So add 5 runs to the total.
Then the school will set up.
There's someone teaching him the right things from early. Another misfield. Produces another boundary for West Terrace. Another boundary for the captain, Watson.
Right, also the leader runs 4. 6 for 6.
Whipped over mid-wicket. Whipped into the boundary. This is brilliant. This is beautiful.
Connie, 1 over for 11. Roll, 2 overs for 14 runs.
Simply sublime from the captain, Watson.
Beautiful shot, beautiful shot. Ill-directed the leg, great pitching.
That's all. So they are batting, they are getting some runs, and they're looking pretty good.
More runs again. That'll head out towards the boundary and we'll get there. Played square in the offside. In the air for a bit. That's another good shot. That's going to go up to the boundary. We'll get there as well. Short and punched away through extra cover. Very well played indeed. That's going to be called a wide, I would imagine. Written on the umpire. It goes away as well. That's gone. A bit like Wayne Daniel. That's going to split the field and we'll go for 4. More runs. It'll go for 4, I believe it does. Cover coming across, could not stop it. And that ball burst into the fielder's hand. That's gone for 4.
A very good shot again outside the off. Somebody punched this one past the cover area.
Oh, it went through the keeper and also the field that fine leg, and will get bigger and better next year, I would imagine. Chance for a catch, finally! A wicket for a team that has been struggling for a long time, Wesley Hall. Ford is looking for his 50 and will get it too. Pitched up on the off stump, stroked away through the cover area. Wonderful performance by Neymar Ford.
This will be one of those two as they try to get their field right. Bowled him. Linton gets his first wicket of the contest. Oh, they're screaming, they're cheering, and they're dancing here at Friendship. He gets another one. Linton picks him up, LBW. That's 2 for him now. In what has been a brilliant spell.
Bailey's primary, Welch's primary, and St. Cyprian's. Final delivery.
Slapped into the air, will fall safely. And a missed field, so do they get 2 to close out the innings? Yes, indeed. So winning the toss, opting to bat first, West Terrace. They've posted what is a very dominant total, 214 for 3.
Neymar Ford.
Another case of interesting running to get home though. Signaled leg buys. They were thinking maybe could have gotten their first wicket, but heading down on the angle. Clipped into the leg side. And they get 2. Yeah, but just to go back to Corbin. Oh, wow. Is that close? Is that out? Yes, it is. Well, indeed, it's come via the run-out route. West Terrace have got a big wicket here.
Oh yes, he definitely has all the traits, all the trademark. I like his consistency of attacking the stumps.
Talking about attacking the stumps, he gets his first of the contest. They're off to the races. Another big one for West Terrace.
And
double delight for Corbin. He's disturbed the woodwork again. They're on a track at the moment. They're running all around here. And running rings around Wesley Hall.
in the ground.
Catch taken with ball number 1. He's brought down another.
Ryan Martindale, the new bowler. So they'll be pitched up.
Wrapped on the pad. He's gone. The destruction continues. And it's wicket number 2 for Martindale.
As he's bowling, as Andrew Mason rejoined us, Hines is comprehensively beaten and bowled by Martindale.
Chance for a run out. He's gone. Yes, no situation. Oh, he's bowled him. More success for West Terrace. Harper departs. More trouble for Wesley Hall. They're 52 for the loss of 8.
You know,
been given, he missed the full toss. Gittins, given by the umpire. So the many supporters of the West Terrace team, wow, that's it. That's it. Beautiful piece of bowling by Ford, and West Terrace are the champions in 2024, led by one of their best cricketers in Neymar Ford, and they're celebrated. Look at that. What a performance from the West Terrace team, defending a score of 214. Brilliant, excellent, superb. Congratulations to West Terrace.
So welcome back here this afternoon. Like you said, the St. Gabriel's team just amassing some 35 runs in this final. But I have here with me the captain of the St. Gabriel's team, Jasper King. Jasper, the captain. Welcome, Jasper.
Hi.
Like your team just amassing some 35 runs. You won the toss and you elected to bat. You think you're going to marry that decision right now?
Yes, I think we should have bowled first. Yeah, I think we should have bowled first. It's not a very high score. We were looking at maybe above 150. So we need to do our best on the field. It's still possible and just bowl them out.
That's good intentions, like you said. So some of your main bowlers for your team, so try to get this 36 runs and defy them. Who are some of your main bowlers?
We have me, Sam, Darius Graham, Ira, and Liam Clark, our main bowlers for today.
Yes. So like you said, some 35 runs. You probably should have fielded first in your thoughts after seeing what took part here this morning. How are you thinking about the pitch though?
It has a bit of moisture on it. I think we just got a ball on the stump and we should get the wickets. When I was batting, it was just slow, so just got to wait on it. The batsmen have to wait, but hopefully they don't know that.
Yeah, so bit of a patience game, pretty much. So, and especially like your feet placing, like you said, you're the captain, and you know how you want to get your wickets. Do you open the bowling?
Yeah, I open the bowling with some seam, and then later in the innings I come with some spin.
Also, so a very versatile player. But tell me about the atmosphere here this afternoon. You know, we had a chat as we were coming here to the microphone, and you said you enjoy seeing all these people around.
Nice. I should just go in a big total, so everyone's watching now. We brought some of our fans. So West East have there. I like the music, and yeah.
Yeah, so instead you came to the semi-final last season, and then you've now made your way into the final. Like you said, quite a few of your boys will be leaving the school, though. Would you be one of those boys?
Boys, it's just pretty much next year. We don't really have anybody, but some teams will be losing, but we just need to. Hopefully, we win next year.
Are you in the program outside your school? Are you in a cricket club?
Yeah. But I go to fight.
Also, you're part of Franklin Stevenson Academy.
Yeah.
Like you said. So tell me a bit more about your team, though. Like you said, some of your main bowlers there. I mean, they're very disappointed not to get a higher total. But your coach and Coach Smith and Coach Riff, they'll be putting in quite a lot of work with you guys behind the scenes. You enjoyed the practice sessions there?
Yes, we do it every Thursday. Yeah, we do it every Thursday. We have a practice session every Thursday. Like 2 weeks before the tournament, we had a practice match to see who we have and like who are better batsmen, bowlers, and fielders. So we have an understanding on when they can bowl, bat, or field.
Yeah, so very lovely process being put into place there by the coaching staff and your team, like you said. So outside of this tournament, you're in other program.
Yeah, I go to fighting season.
I meant like any other sport. Are you involved in any other sport?
Not really. Well, yeah, I do football at Kickstart as well.
Okay, so very versatile sportsman. I want to thank you for coming here with us this afternoon. I want to wish you all the best to you and your team. I want to tell you continue success in your cricket progress going forward as well. Tell me before you leave, who's your favorite cricketer in the world?
Shea Hope.
You love Shea Hope?
Yeah.
Shea Hope. Well, John Jasper King, all the best to you and your team going forward. I hope that you could aspire to be like Shea Hope, scoring lots of runs for the West Indies going forward.
Thank you.
There you have it from young Jasper King before he leads his charges out to the field for defend this very diminutive total of 36 runs for victory. But he said he loves the atmosphere, he loves the support, he's happy for what the National Sports Council has put on here at this Friendship Ground this afternoon. So thank you very much, Jasper. All the best to you. Look forward to seeing you out there in the middle. So back to you, producer. There you had it from Jasper King. Very much very good young man there. So he speaks very astutely. I can tell you to the viewers, he's a confident young man, and he seems like one for the future as well. Quite a lot of wind here.
So the situation is that the action resumes at 12:15. The game went very, very quickly in terms of the wonderful performance by, a side that very much the defending champions, West Terrace, really blowing their opponents away. And one would think, has now been joined by someone who was here last year, of course, the manager of marketing and communications at the BCA, Mr. Stephen Leslie. Stephen, first of all, before we look at the under-19 finals tomorrow, you would have been involved, the BCA, in a partnership with the Sports Council and C.O.B last year, and no doubt going forward you hope to get that partnership going again. Good afternoon to you, my friend. How are you?
Good afternoon, Andrew. It's really good to be here again. And yes, in 2024, we had that really good opportunity to partner with the National Sports Council and the City of Bridgetown to really give the opportunity to showcase this young group of persons, not only on the stream, but we will want to extend it onto our local television station, if possible, being able to give those people who can't get out physically the opportunity to be able to listen and actually feel the atmosphere here at the Friendship Ground, a venue which has really brought a different dimension to the final. If you look at it, Andrew, typically this one has been played at the Empire Club, the home of champions in Bank Hall. This is known as the C.O.B N.S.C Herman Griffith, and Herman Griffith being that former outstanding cricketer for the Empire Club. That is what would have transferred, but for the last 2 years we're here at the Friendship Ground, and I really believe that that partnership that the BCA would have struck with the entities mentioned before, that we want to continue that certainly in the future and really give maximum exposure to these young talented players. What you've seen here in the first half, Andrew, is a lot of enthusiasm. Obviously the team that batted first did not get a really what you can say competitive score, but you can see the families here. I've seen some people like Mr. Stephen Farmer, who's a former outstanding Barbados club cricketer, and what we're seeing here is a mixture of ethnicities, both the black and white. I've even seen some of my friends from the Indian diaspora who are here. So you've got really a cross-section of what represents Barbados, and if you listen to the accents too, Andrew, you might hear some of our CARICOM nationals who are also here, really to watch the next brand and breed of outstanding cricketers here in Barbados.
Yeah, and certainly, Stephen, when you look at the finalists, we know of the pedigree of a Wesley Hall. As you know, Bailey's dominated for quite a long time. But you got St. Gabriel's in the finals, and that's significant because you do not associate St. Gabriel's with cricket. We spoke to their coach a little bit early on. He said that a lot of emphasis certainly placed as far as cricket is concerned. But St. Gabriel's, interesting.
Again, shows the expansion of the talent that is in Barbados, because you've got St. Gabriel's, you've got St. Ursula's, you've got different schools, Providence School. A lot of these schools are schools that are not traditionally known to be powerhouses of cricket, but to get to a final, I was asking one or two questions before, and they've done quite well during the entire competition. So today, not being able to really put a formidable score is one thing. It might be the jitters of being in the final, but well done to them, and they want to commend the work that is being done, not just at their school, but all the participating schools. And we've got a champion team here. If you see the energy that West Terrace has, Andrew, these guys want to win and they want to continue winning, but all kudos must be given to those who are doing a lot of work behind the scenes.
Yeah, and the interest in the competition is phenomenal, because of course you've got the parents very much involved, the grandparents are involved as well, the families involved, and it is something that has a lot of potential. In fact, if I had money, I would certainly invest heavily in terms of sponsorship, and I know that C.O.B came on board the National Sports Council recognizing the importance of such a tournament. And there's a lot of interest, even a good crowd gathered here, but a lot of people at home listening to the radio. I know that Starcom is carrying it, and of course it's on the stream as well.
Yeah, you want to use all the different social media outlets that are available, and Andrew, both you and I are strong on radio. Radio is very important. The quality of what you provide to those listeners paint a picture of the actual venue, the different positions on the field. I understand that there was a really good, I think it was a hat trick that was recorded earlier. So you want that type of picture to be painted, and then you've got the stream, as you and I just agreed to. That is again a visual of what is happening here, and you and the team here continue to do a tremendous job in being able to paint that picture, even though you're able to see it, of these young men. And I think that what is very important is to always remember that you've got a wide demographic. You've got some elderly people who want to be connected to their grandchildren or their nephews and nieces, and you've got the younger demographic who are going to be obviously tuned in. So it's really a good opportunity to allow these young men to express themselves.
No, we've spoken a lot about the Herman Griffith finals. Tomorrow, the Barbados Cricket Association involved in other finals at the under-19 level. Tell us about it.
Yes, Andrew, tomorrow is the final of the BCA Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union Limited. Schools on the 19, you're going to have the Queen's College up against the Lord School. That game is scheduled to start at 11, and it's going to be an entire package. I mean, Queen's College was at the final last year, and they've continued to play extremely well. The Lord School, who've been to at least 2 or 3 finals already this year, they're going to be at the ground. But we've got some entertainment leading into the game that starts at 11. We've got our scholar in Mikey Mercer.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes. Mikey's going to be there
Have
tomorrow.
you ever met him?
I've met him, and he's been really gracious.
Is he good? Is he good?
I think he's one of the better calypsonians.
So the answer is yes.
The answer is yes. And he's consistent as well. Mikey's part of that pre-match package, and what he's going to be doing is being able to help engage schools. We've been very aggressive in trying to get all of the schools within Barbados to come. We've invited their principals.
Oh, really?
We've invited actually the students at the related schools. And we expect a really good crowd tomorrow. We expect that the 3W stand will be full to capacity. And we are expecting an exciting final. And I'm encouraging everyone to come to the Mecca tomorrow to witness Queen's College versus the Lord School in that BCA Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union Limited Schools on the 19th final.
And of course, you're talking about schools with a rich tradition in cricket, particularly the Lord School. They've produced some outstanding cricketers as well at the test level, and Queen's College. So you got 2 very competitive teams performing.
Yeah, I actually sent a note over to Floyd Reefer, who's one of the well, he was a former West Indies captain. As you know, he attended the Lord School. I also sent a note over to Shea Hope, who's also in our test side. The captains are ODI and T20 side. So there are a lot of players who have gone through those schools. Traditionally, Harrison College, Cobblemere, and the Lord School would have, from maybe in the mid 1970s and before, really been formidable. But Queen's College has really come on board along with some other schools to be strong and consistent. And we really want to have a good final tomorrow. And it's for everyone to come. The admission is absolutely free, so there's no admission to the venue, and they need, I believe, to come and show support to the next batch of stars of Barbados and West Indies cricket.
How important is streaming of these games?
Absolutely vital. Andrew, you must, whenever you're preparing a budget for your operations for cricket and your marketing of the game, to make sure those 2 entities, operations and marketing, work hand in hand. Streaming is vitally important. It is the modern day way of being able to allow sporting events of all levels to be able to be displayed. And we've chosen thus far to be able to stream the finals of these important competitions. And maybe as we get more partners involved, we may be able to do the semi-finals, may be able to do the quarterfinals, but streaming is vitally important. And I think the quality of the stream, the camera work, the ability to have a group of well-qualified and knowledgeable commentators, these are very critical things, I believe, to the quality of your product.
Just have a look at the time. It's now coming up to 9 minutes past the hour of 12 o'clock. The action resumes in just about 6 minutes' time. As you do know that we are very much here at an interesting venue. It's a very interesting venue. In fact, there's a mound which is on the far side of the ground, and of course they have several tents here, and it's a ground that I like to do commentaries at in terms of the local BCA competition here at Yorkshire at Hoddesdale Turn-In. And certainly when the venue was selected last 2 years, there were many people who weren't very happy about it because they're so much accustomed to having these games at the Empire Club. But to be honest with you, I think the venue is a good one. Very spacious. You've got the lovely covering of the trees, and the weather has been very good, very kind to us, Stephen, because in the last couple of days we've had quite a bit of rain.
Yeah, this venue, you know, when they play club cricket, there are a lot of runs scored at the Yorkshire venue. And I want to continue by saying that Louis Linton, who's been the stalwart for this club for many years, he's currently the president. I believe that there was an announcement earlier this year that this venue will be renamed in his honor. And I want to commend him and those officials here at Yorkshire. But certainly the venue, as you say, spacious. The parking is expansive. I mean, you could probably get at least 500 vehicles in the area just below
6.
us. Yeah, could be 6. And there are things. I'm a member of the Empire Club, a very proud member as well.
I thought you were Spartan.
I played for Spartan,
Okay.
but I've paid
And Wanderers, you played for
I paid
Wanderers
my
as
annual
well?
subscriptions.
You played for
at
Wanderers
Empire.
as well?
Yeah, that's when I was what you call a low whippersnapper playing the game.
Whippersnapper, yeah.
But certainly Empire is a club that you must give the respect due to Herman Griffith and the many stalwarts that have been through that club. But this venue is well appointed, and I want to wish the sponsors and everyone who makes the decisions all the very best.
Now, we got just a couple of minutes left before we actually start the action again. Let me continue to discuss the finals, and of course you want to do a repeat. So tomorrow at the Regions Mecca, tell me about it.
We've got the BCA, Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union Limited Schools on the 19th
That's a
final.
mouthful.
Yes, we've got the Queen's College up against the Lodge School. Start time 11 a.m. Admission is absolutely free, and you've got, as I said, a group of really young, talented cricketers.
40 overs
per side.
11 o'clock start.
11 o'clock, and one of the things that we're doing with the
Are
stream
you sure you're
tomorrow,
going to get it in terms of, are you worried about it?
No, I'm not worried.
You okay? 11?
Yeah, we're going to be
11
fine.
o'clock, you should be okay.
And there's going to be a pre-match entertainment
Oh,
package
really?
from 10:30, which will have Mikey, who's our well-celebrated calypsonian and entertainer. He's going to be performing. And then we're also going to have an opportunity where all of the schools, all the participating schools, and those 2 schools in the final will be at the ground. And we really want to create that atmosphere that is festive. This is the final week of school, Andrew, so there shouldn't be much work being done at the secondary school. So I want everyone to come down and come and support good 40 over cricket.
Now, in terms of your competitions, do you normally have it this late though? Is it normal that you would have a competition just close to Christmas?
Yeah, for the last maybe close to decade, yes.
Okay,
We've had
fair enough.
the schools on 19 at this time of the year. It's a conversation that goes on between the Barbados Cricket Association and the participating schools and the coaches. So yes, we've remained this consistent between the month of November and December. But what we've done is we expanded coverage, we expanded the exposure, and really have provided an opportunity for the talented cricketers to be seen all across the island.
Let's look back at the local season, Stephen. It ended about a couple of months ago. The Wildy side, very dominant, no question about that. Overall, you were happy with the local season that just ended?
Andrew, I think that the season was one that had its moments of up and down in terms of the breaks. I think there were too many breaks in the season. There were, I think, 5 3-day games played. Then there was a break of about close to 3 months. Then they had the remaining 4 games. So there were some players who were talking about the fact that it was a bit too much in terms of the actual break. But overall, the tournament or the tournaments that were played were completed satisfactorily. We've got 2 more games to be completed.
Really?
The
Before Christmas?
I'm not sure if it will be because they're both on the protest. One is the schools final. I don't remember the 2 teams, but then there's also the intermediate final. Again, those 2 teams, for those 4 teams really for those 2 games, will maybe have to wait until those protests are heard. And we've done it in the past where if need be, we'll complete the competition in probably the early part of January.
Any possibility of those finals being streamed?
I'm not sure once they
Look
haven't
into your
been
budget,
budgeted
Stephen.
for.
Look
They haven't
into
been
your
budgeted
budget.
for,
Okay.
Andrew. So we like to really typically do finals which are of a 1-day format, whether 50 over or 40 over. So both of those games are for the 3-day and 4-day period respectively. So they won't be streamed. But what we probably will consider is actually carrying it on radio.
Yeah, I think that would make a lot of difference. Of course, radio is big. You have a great association with the Starcom network, by far the #1, radio station in Barbados, Voice of Barbados. How important it is, Stephen, to carry cricket on local radio?
Andrew, in Barbados, there's a program called Down to Brass Stars,
Yes.
Monday to Friday, 10 o'clock till 2. And then I believe second in line is the local competition that starts at 1:30 from every Saturday and Sunday from April to December. So it is one of these things that I believe, Andrew, that are very important. And they are very important to the whole streaming and the whole coverage. Starcom has done a tremendous job. And they've got a dedicated listenership that allows them and Barbadians at large, and those from the diaspora, Canada, United States, United Kingdom, they're very important in following the cricket every weekend.
Well, I know that, Stephen, we were supposed to start back at 12:15, but I know that we got to make sure that the youngsters get some lunch. So obviously, we're not going to be starting back at 12:15. What we're going to do, you talked about the under-19 finals that's going to be held tomorrow. We're going to go back to the under-19 finals that was held last year.
We started back in October with 19 teams vying for this under-19 title. Today, we're down to the last two. Edge found, and this time, it produces the wicket. Bellamy gets the first strike. Wicket down for C.O.B. Driven nicely. Could be two. Oh no, an injury. And it results in a boundary as well. Not good news there for Queen's College.
Even bounce, it seems like nothing. But this one is driven brilliantly. Run away in to the boundary with it.
Yes, it does.
Lead for 4.
Yeah, umpire Sheena Welch is the umpire, standing umpire. Chance for a catch, and brilliantly taken at the deep mid-wicket position. Suspect is a long off as well. Here's an almighty hit, high, hard, and straight into the Greenwich, and here stands as the international players on the back foot and caught. The wicket of R.J. Giddens. He takes a short delivery and pulls it to the fielder at a straightish mid wicket inside the 30-yard circle.
Gets back and pulls this one out towards that square leg boundary. Hits the ropes now. So that's the first boundary from C.O.B. Goes towards that area again. Back-to-back boundaries form a productive end to over number 33. 133 for 4. We'll get to badly lined one there. And he punches it. So we're looking at momentum. We're looking to take advantage of deliveries. That was a bad one. Starts the over. Brilliant. Oh, a shot of class from the young man that has spent time at the crease. This is why C.O.B love him. Can he keep it going?
Let's see what he would bowl now.
He drags it down slightly. That's going to be a boundary. That's momentum there. Gets a gift, and a gift accepted to close out the innings. What a way to end things for C.O.B. A maximum to take them up to 184 for 5. Well, the catch is put down, but it doesn't matter, given that it was a free hit there. Driven beautifully. Great balance and great execution as well. And it finds its way into the boundary. Lovell gets off the mark. Gets through that offside field again. Could be back-to-back boundaries for him. If this is the intent that I've been talking about, this is Lovell. Wow. Hit away with disdain. Well, they would have needed a third or fourth slip for that one. Instead, it's into the boundary. He's not going to miss out on that. He's been informed from the time he came to the crease, and has been flowing boundaries off the bat of Lovell. And the third man that was moved just now comes into play, but can't do the job.
And there is wicket number 2 as Hackett at 19 drags on to Davis, and he gets his first wicket. 1 for 19 in the process of his 4th over for her, and a lot of them have come under her 2-play delivery, which is played to the slip region, and the end of Armstrong. They turned him right around. That went to amaze Queen's College, and they did not get a name to add on to that. I'm sure that the further names have gone. A beautiful shot hit through mid-wicket, lovely shot through long on. Garway, a big 6, short ball delivered by Garway, asking to be hit. Give be hit over long on. It's on the line of leg step and worked away fine leg has a long one across and cannot get crossed. He's a little too square, the square leg or Raphael level. Well played by the young man. Brilliant in his 50. And his 50 came off some 33 deliveries, 66 minutes, 9 fours and 1 650. Off 33 deliveries, 66 minutes, 9 delightful fours and 1 6. The 54 Raphael level as Queen's College amazingly moved to 92 for 3. Beautiful shot over mid-on, which is up, mid-off, sorry. And excellent shot by Level.
Hit hard, hit straight.
Any other batter in, take it straight home.
Long on. Had visions of taking that catch. And the ball cannons into the sight screen. So
Gets it wrong there. Young Parison pays the ultimate price. They edge ever closer to what will be the first time that Queen's College hold that title in their hand single-handedly and outright. It's now one hit away now. And he's gone. So he will not take his team over the line. But what a day and what an innings it has been for Raphael Lovell. In 95 of the finest runs he might probably score in his schoolboy career. Deserving of the handshakes and congratulations that he's gotten, because he's pretty much taken Queen's College to the front door.
Now the shot is lengthened here. You see the sweep range out. A lovely shot that by Captain Zandra Baptiste, just sweeping that one past the fine leg area, square leg area for 4.
The moment that they have dreamed of, a moment of history. For the first time, Amaze Queen's College are champions outright of the under-19 cricket in Barbados. They have earned this moment. They have delivered a performance like no other on the biggest of stages. Today, you can say they have carried the light.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for a wonderful game we've had at Kensington Oval. It's good to have the under-19 finals back at the home of cricket in Barbados. This afternoon, we were treated to a very splendid performance from Combermere and Queen's College. Queen's College has come out as the victors.
I now invite Zandra Baptiste of Queen's College to collect the winning trophy for this year. And for the first time in their history, Amaze Queen's College champions outright of the BCA Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union Limited under-19 tournament.
So celebrations as we reflected on what happened last year in the under-19 finals. As Stephen Leslie, the manager of marketing and communications, said when he was interviewed a couple minutes ago, the finals very much on. Tomorrow at Kensington Oval, Lodge will very much be involved in action, and it's a good side against Queen's College, a side that has certainly been quite dominant in recent times. Joshua Ferdinand joins me, of course, new in terms of the actual commentaries. You would have done some radio commentaries, of course, this year on the Starcom network. First of all, how was that experience? Good afternoon to you, my friend.
Hey, good afternoon, Andrew. Good afternoon to the viewers. Thank you for having me on this beautiful day at Friendship. It has been very good so far, I must say. I have a very good mentor to my left, so it has been a very good experience, and I'm looking forward to expanding my knowledge in the field.
Of course, it's something that you love doing. You used to play the game before, and because of some serious health challenges, you can't play anymore, but you've now turned to the whole business of commentary.
Yes, correct. Fell ill a few years ago, unfortunately. But like you said, I'm looking to get back into the cricket in some way, and commentary seems to be the way that I'm heading right now, and I'm enjoying it. I know they have the law school tomorrow, my alma mater, taking part in the finals, and that's going to be a very big game.
Did you play a bit for Lodge as well? Did
Yeah,
you actually make that strong team?
Yes, I did. I did represent the law school from first farm up to about fifth farm. So yeah.
Who would have been some of the players at that time that would have actually gone on to have represented Barbados and by extension the West Indies?
One stand-up name would have been Mario Rampersad. He was in my year. He was my captain from first farm all the way through. He's now in the States, I think. He's playing cricket up there, and so yeah.
Yeah, not in the time of Shamar Brooks.
No, Butts was above me, but I did have the pleasure
really?
of watching him play among Corbin and a few other names.
You're a
Yeah,
very young man then, huh?
yeah, I'm only 32 years
Oh,
old.
only 32 years old. Okay, now let's look back at the game so far. St. Gabriel's, good to see them in the finals. Against a very strong West Terrace side, St. Gabriel's did not bat well.
No, after winning the toss, we would think that they would have batted a bit more, with a bit more control. We had one player in the captain King. He looked very, very technically sound, but unfortunately he was out. West Terrace, a very, very strong bowling side with young Corbin, the son of Corbin, taking 4 wickets, including a hat trick, very spectacular hat trick that is. So I guess the St. Gabriel side, they will be hoping to replicate the West Terrace bowling effort, but we will see how it goes.
How important, Joshua, is this competition?
This is the grassroots of our cricket, and I think it's very, very important. We have a lot of coaches right now. Well, most of the coaches, they are PE teachers, and I think there's some lack in terms of the quality that they can output and the training that they could give the youngsters. This tournament is the importance of it is there, and we can see that there are some sides that are stronger than the others, but I do think that it needs to start from the coaches that are implemented into the schools.
Yeah, I agree with that. And of course, there's tremendous interest among the parents as well. I mean, when your children are involved, you want to be intimately involved in it, and it's good to see that at these games you're going to have a lot of people coming up to watch. The grandmothers will listen on radio or watch the stream at home. The fathers and the grandfathers will come out. In fact, Stephen Farmer, the former Barbados all-rounder, his grandson is actually playing for St. Gabriel's School. Kyle Corbin's son, Kyle Corbin would have played for Barbados and the CCC. His son, Jalen Corbin, is very good. In fact, has been one of the key people for West Terrace. So the interest is there, not only among the players, but of course the grandparents, the parents, etc., etc.
Yeah, based on the crowd that we have here, that seems to be very, very true. We have a very good crowd. It's a very sunny day, and it's good to see, a lot of these school students, they are out representing and supporting their teams. It's very, very good. And myself, I had my son, he represented Blackman Gullet in the tournament this year.
How did they do?
They were knocked out in the group stage, unfortunately, but they played very, very well.
Had a chance to go and watch him?
Yeah, I did get to go and view 2 games.
What is he, a batsman or bowler?
Yeah, he's the batsman. He was also the captain, Jaden Ferdinand.
Okay, what's his name?
Jaden Ferdinand.
Oh, Ferdinand. Okay, so he took dad's name, not mom's.
Yes, he did.
Indeed. So it's really an interesting competition. Seems to be of a pretty high standard. And it looks very much as if West Terrace, who are the defending champions, I mean, unless something dramatic happens, they should go on to win this, I would think.
Yeah, I agree with you. They have been dominant from the beginning of the game, and I don't think that it'll be very easy for St. Gabriel to make a comeback. Like you said, they're the defending champions, West Terrace, and I think their strength will come through in the second innings.
Yeah, we're not quite sure as to the restart. It was supposed to be 12:50, and I know I think it caught everybody by surprise because of the fact that the innings lasted, I mean, before you could say hello Barbados, I mean, the side all out. And we were supposed to start back at 12:15, but that hasn't happened. And the players are obviously having lunch now. As I look out to my left, I can see, many people actually having lunch. So it looks as if we're going to be restarting a bit later on. So what we're going to do, of course, is to just take a quick look at the upcoming test match tonight. But this evening, Eastern Caribbean time, 6 o'clock, the West Indies. And then, of course, we're going to take a break. So just before we take this break, your impressions of the first test and your expectations for the second, West Indies versus New Zealand.
I have to say I must applaud the West Indies on the effort that they put in. Justin Graves was a standout, and him and Kimara Roach, who was set aside earlier this year, he showed his his maturity and his class, sticking it with Justin Graves to save the draw for the West Indies side. Tonight, I think that we do have a chance, depending on the toss. I think we should probably choose to bat again if we win the toss tonight. Maybe there should be some changes in the side. I'm not sure it will play the same amount of seamers as they did in the first game. Maybe rest OJ Shields or maybe Young Johan Lane. But
So
we'll see
what would you do? What changes would you make?
Me personally, I would maybe play an extra batsman. Kavim Hodge seems to be the option right now. We
And who
pretty
would you drop?
Like I said, maybe one of the fast bowlers may have to take a rest.
One of them.
Yeah, maybe.
You can't play two. Who would you drop?
Maybe I'll give you a handling a rest. OJ Shields, his pace, maybe even though he was a bit inconsistent.
You seem reluctant because you're Bajan to drop Lane. Is that right?
No. It's not reluctancy. It's a bit 50-50 because both of them, they are young in the side and they need a lot of work.
So you said either could play?
Yeah, I think either can play. I think either can play.
I don't agree with you. I think that for what I've seen of Shields, I'll play Shields ahead of Lane.
I agree with you. That's what I just said. I maybe I would drop you on hand.
I think it's the Bajan in you.
No, that's not it.
So you make one change. You would
Yeah, we'll make that one change. Like I said, I
Bringing
think
Hodge
we're a
for
little
Lane.
short in the batting end. Our tail was very long in that first
how
innings.
about Athanaze? Would you bring in King?
Maybe Athanaze, it needs a little time away, but I'm not sure that this is the time to do it. I think he probably deserves maybe one more game to try to show his class. And like I said, Kavim Hodge, I think he's very important, and I think he will play a big role in the side if he comes in.
What about the performance of Justin Graves, Shea Hope, and Kemar Roach?
Yes, the three Bajan stars, they have been excellent. They were excellent in that first game. Like I said, Kemar Roach, he showed his maturity. And I think him and Justin Graves.
Do you think it was an error not to play them against Australia?
I think it was. I thought it was from the beginning. But at the end of the day, the selectors made the final decision.
Because one got the impression it was the end of the road for Kemar, and he only got in to the team because of the injuries to the two Josephs. You think that assessment is spot on?
I could see why one would have that thought. Because right after the injuries, we see that Kemar Roach has been drafted back in. It was a little on the low-key side, I think, but I think it was well-deserved, and he made a big impact in the game.
And not only with the ball, but certainly with the bat. Did
That's
you know
correct.
Kemar could bat so well? He's got a good technique.
Over the years, Kemar Roach has played some very important innings for West Indies. He's got us out of holes plenty times, batting later down in the order. So I think he deserved this call.
And Justin Graves, tell us about him.
Yes, that was a superb innings. I don't think words can really describe the importance of the innings from Justin Graves. A double century. It is going to be something in history for years and years to come. I don't think anyone will ever repeat that.
Shea Hope,
as he's awesome. Very good batsman.
What do you like about Shea Hope?
His temperament is very good. One thing I don't like is his weakness to the short ball. I think that's still something that he can work on, but he does have his strengths that outshine the weaknesses.
Yeah, and certainly Justin Graves deserves his place. There's no question about that. Can open the batting, can bat in the middle, and that 202 was an absolutely tremendous knock. And you know, we criticise the West Indies team. You got to criticise them when they perform poorly, but you got to give them full marks, because I mean, after Hope got out, followed by Imlat, one would have thought that the West Indies would have gone on to have lost that. Not so. In fact, both Roach and Graves hung in there. They batted well. Roach, good, big, broad bat, as broad as Bridgestone, and of course Graves played some other authentic shots, got a double century, and Roach gave him good support. It is true that New Zealand were two bowlers short.
Yeah, that is true. Even though they were two bowlers short, I still think that they were in the game with the spinners. But the temperament and the control from both Kemar Roach and Justin Graves, it was very excellent.
All right, so looking forward, of course, to the game this evening. What are your expectations?
Like I said earlier, I think if West Indies win the toss, they should have a bat. and hopefully they're able to put on some runs. Hopefully they play the extra batter, and we will be good.
All right. Well, of course, we would want to look back at what has happened in this game so far. It's been an interesting one where the St. Gabriel's side win the toss and decided to bat first. Were you surprised by that?
No, I wasn't surprised. I agreed with the captain King on the decision to bat first. It is a hard pitch, and the outfield seems to be pretty fast. The balls that went to the boundary, as you can see, young Corbin here, a replay, bowling, hitting the top of the off stump, taking a hat trick.
Yeah,
Andrew.
Bowling very well. Yeah, I mean, look at that out cotton ball. That ball was bang on target, right on top of the off stump, and he got him out. He decided to go around the wicket now to the left-hander and played right across. That looks to be plumb leg before umpire Seal, very experienced umpire, gave it, and that was a big wicket. But look at this control here. Look at that ball darted back to Williams and got him bowled all over the place. And then he also had very good support from Bolden, the left-arm spinner, who bowled very well last year. Tailing away, that's going to be out bowled, no question about that. And of course, should have been forward to that, out bowled, not getting it right in terms of technique there. And this was total control by the West Terrace side. Tailing away, oh my golly, look at the cut of ball that was in his middle stump and losing his middle stump there. Sure that Joshua would want to pull him in the nets and say, no, get behind the ball. The spin up, it looks good. Look at that lovely action, the high arm action. Lively flight, look at that, coming forward, beautifully bowled. I mean, that's a magnificent piece of bowling by the left arm spinner Bolden, who continues to be very, very good indeed. And after Corbin departed, had very good support. Ooh, into the middle stump, between bat and pad there, gone out bowled. And, you know, it was a situation where the St. Gabriel's side really was really much at sea, no question about that, and a good performance by West Terrace.
Yeah, a very good bowling performance from West Terrace. They showed their consistency with the ball, very accurate bowling, and young Bolden, the left-hand spinner actually, who started as a wicketkeeper, switched and swapped for the ball. He contributed and he played a very, very good part and a partner to the young bowler Corbin.
Yeah, tremendous celebrations here, and I would think that they should go on to win at West Terrace, but cricket is a funny game, and if St. Gabriel's are going to win this, they would have to really bowl very well.
Yes, it would take a mammoth effort from St. Gabriel in the field to restrict the West Terrace side and to come away as champions.
Well, the game is going to be restarted, I'm told, in 5 minutes, so of course it gives us time to just continue to reflect on what has happened. The weather has been very good, very kind to us. We've had lots of rain. Of course, this is the time of the year when you get two things happen: lots of rain, and it's not as cold, not as hot as it is normally as it gets close to Christmas. I've got to go onto my blankets at night. That wasn't the case a couple of months ago. The weather absolutely brilliant, lovely breeze blowing across the ground as well.
Yeah, very beautiful day compared to last week. That was very, very rainy. It's a nice day for cricket. The sun is hot, and I agree with you, Andrew. The nights have been a bit chilly lately, but it has a welcome chill.
Yeah, when you look at this, only one batsman getting into double figures. Graham got 13 and 35 all out. 13 overs and 5 balls. 25 overs were available, 82 balls bowled, and Corbin was very good at the top. I thought King showed good defense, 8 runs for 22, and then he got out cotton ball, and that really started the slide. And certainly at 35 all out is not a good score for the St. Gabriel's Primary School, and one would think that the defending champion should go on to win this, but as we said, cricket is a funny game. The bowling was absolutely fantastic. Corbin picking up some 4 wickets for 6 runs, including a hat trick. I know early in the competition he actually got a beaver trick. Got good support, I thought, from Ford, who got 2 wickets, and then Haynes came into the attack, bowling beautifully picking up some 4 wickets, 1 over, and 5 balls, which represented a very, very strong display by them. So good bowling by Corbin, good support from the others, and the situation is that when you look at that graph, it should not be a difficult assignment for the West Terrace team. They should go on. The operative word here, should go on to win, as the umpires are just about beginning to go pretty soon. And the news is that we've been able to talk for quite a long time here, thanks to you, Jeshua, and thanks to all of those participating in this game. So 35 is the score, 36 to win, one would think, as the umpires come out. Umpires Sargent and umpires Seals will come out to see what will take place, but one would think that the West Terrace team, Joshua Ferdinand, should go on to win.
Yes, I agree with you, Andrew. The St. Gabriel side, they will be hoping to get off to a good start, maybe take a few early wickets to put some pressure on the West Terrace side, but I do think that the strength of the West Terrace team will bring them through.
All right, so we're certainly going to take a break. We've been on for quite a bit, and allow the 2 lovely guys to come in. They've been well watered and well fed. Of course, our good friend Mr. Andy Payne has got some macaroni pie today. So you got to go and get your lunch as well. So the action is going to be resuming pretty soon. We're going to be starting the ball by ball commentaries with Andy Payne, and he's going to be joined by Lyndon Yard.
So welcome back here to Friendship Ground as the second inning is about to commence. Remember, the St. Gabriel's team, they just got up to 35 this morning when they chose to bat first. That's the West Terrace team trying to reply to this 35 runs for victory, coming to defend their championship from last year. I think it's a meager total, but runs on the board are always run on the board. Good afternoon, as I welcome you, Lyndon Yard.
So Ford will face, and Corbin. The non-strikers end, and it's going to be King to start. Looked good, but didn't deliver. Didn't build on his promising looks. But I have some time for the young man. I'm going to follow his career very closely. So Ford on strike. The target 36. Here we go. Ball is very much with King. Take it around the theater. There is a short, actually, the third man very, very straight at the pin, deputizing for the slip position. It's a backward point. There's a sweeper on the cover boundary. Long off is out. So too is long on. And here is the first delivery off spin. And the forward is a Ford. And in pursuit of a target of some 36 for victory. Here's a just swept out to the fielder and caught magnificently caught at the deep mid wicket position. So St. Gabriel's are in it. The prize wicket of Neymar Ford going for the slog sweep. Andy Payne, not a run on the board, but one wicket down. They say runs on the board, it runs on the board. 36 is the target. The defending champion, Williams Industries, West Terrace. They are not for one.
A big wicket there, but the captain King picking up his prize scalp of the opposite number, and Neymar Ford just going for the slug sweep like you said. Then that man at deep mid wicket holding on to a comfortable catch, really. Graham, the man taking that catch, a lovely catch in good position. Like you said, he's very astute in his field placement. In the yard, you saw King just making sure he gets his men in right positions. And you saw it earlier this morning. We said how adequate field positions, will be equipped for what they're doing. Like you said, they're starting with the third man here deep, or you said a long stopper, really. But when you saw the West Terrace team bowler, they didn't have quite a man. And interested enough, Ford, he has his men on the boundaries to start. He had a long one and he had a deep mid wicket to Ford, young King, and his man succumbing to that catch out there at that deep mid wicket. So early start, early inroads for the St. Gabriel team.
I like the way that young Graham moved around that delivery, kept his eyes on the ball and moved nicely to collect the catch. The new batsman is young Hayes, and he will face up to King. So West Terrace in trouble. Not for one, here's King. Stopped by Hayes. And Corbin remains at the non-striker's end.
It's Captain King. He said his bowling is off spinners. He also told me in an interview he bowls medium pace as well. But you can see him just bowling his off spinners there. As the first runs off the bat came off Linden Yard, you saw Haynes hitting that one to backward point and picking up a single, well fielded out there at that point position by, it looks like, Sam Williams.
Yes, and single attained, so 1 for 1. Just to give you some idea of the champions. West Terrace, they defended the championship, won in 2024, 2023. We went to Hillaby Terms Hall Primary, 2019, 16 through 19. Championships went to Bailey's Primary. Dot ball runs off the open face, and the keeper's quickly around from behind the stumps. Wesley Hall Juniors won championships in 2012 through to 2015. St. Christopher 2010. Ladies Primary 2011. Delivery driven, nicely driven by Sexafield. Oh, magnificent shot for 4. Andy Payne, it was only a push drive to a full toss. But the fact that he bisected 3 players made it look even better. And the total moves up to 5 for 1, but a superb shot by young Kaelin Corbin.
Yeah, exquisite shot by the young man. Like I said, I had a chat with him a bit earlier as captain of, as one of the senior players in this team. His batting is very much comes to the fore here as well. Losing his captain in Ford. I saw that in the yard again, like you said, bisecting those 3 men and making its way past the rope, over the rope, his first boundary. But a lovely shot by Corbin. He said, Father Kyle Corbin said his batting is a bit underrated, but he's one who's worked tirelessly on his batting. So a good all-round in the making. Try to get up to this 36 runs, and he's opened his account with a magnificent boundary.
Well, just gonna buy some time. 1980, Wilkie Cumberbatch Primary took the championship. 1981, St. Christopher Boys, Wesley Hall Juniors. 1982-83. 1984, St. Christopher Boys returned to the championship, defeated St. George Primary. 86, St. Clement's Primary. 1987, Bosco Bell. 1988 through to 1990. Holy Innocent Primary. So we're going to have over number 2, Graham, who took that catch. Has the ball in his hand. He's in right arm off spin. Lovely drive by Haynes. He'll turn to come back for 2. And nice return comes in. And 2 more to the total. So West Terrace, despite losing the wicket with no runs on the board, they're 7 for 1. 1993. Bailey's Primary. Like I said, Holy Trinity went on a 3 winning run. This delivery is played on the offside for a single. 8 for 1. Wesley Hall Juniors 1992, Bailey's Primary 1993. Wesley Hall Juniors returned in 1994 to take the championship. 1995, St. Joseph Primary, and 1996. St. Martin's Four Rose Primary 1997. Eardiston 1998, 99, St. Giles Primary. And here is a delivery which is tiered. Lovely shot down to third man. The fielder from third man is after the run one. He puts in the dive. Good commitment. And they come back for 2. So good commitment shown there by the fielder. So despite the fact and the pain only scored 35, they're going to go down with a fight. Good commitment in the field there.
A lovely commitment, like you said, Lyndon. He ran it all the way out to the boundary. He put in the dive. He pulled it back. He's just looking to see if he's got an injury there. But you saw that commitment, like you rightfully said. They're putting in every effort to try to defend this 36 runs. And young Harvey, it looks like.
Yes.
The man putting in that ultra aggressive dive really close to the boundary rope to pull back what would have been the boundary and just restricting them to 2. So 10 for 1. But you can say young Haynes as well as Corbin stroking the ball excellently. Lyndon Yard, see him just getting out to the front foot on to the off spinners and hitting those crisp drives up to the cover area.
2000, Charles F. Brooms Memorial to the title. Wesley Hall returns as champions in 2001. Final delivery is cut down to third man. And they take 1. So the running between the wicket, no connection there. Wide signal by umpire Sargent. And that takes the total up to 13 for the loss of 1. And over number 2, the target a mere 36. Driving his hands, doesn't make contact. The off spinner breaches his defense, but doesn't get any timber behind him. Graham, haven't conceded 8, about to send down his final delivery. 13 for 1, the target 36. Graham operating from the southern end. He's into bowl to Haynes. He tugs it to short mid wicket, where King is the fielder at the end of over number 2. 13 for the loss of 1 in pursuit of 36.
Yeah, just Graham just giving up a couple runs there, but you see just giving generous flight to his ball. You saw him beating young Haynes outside the off stump 1 that was giving a lot of air, and he going for the big drive and failing to connect. But 13 for 1, Lyndon Yards, a comfortable position. Remember, the target is only 36 runs, so 13 for 1 after 2. They think that they're in a good position, but it's like the Captain King, who on this occasion is going to show us his medium pace skill set.
So he's going to show his versatility. He bowled off spin first over, and now he's off the long run, so he's going to bowl some medium pace, I suspect. Charles F. Broom Memorial in 2000, 2001 Wesley Hall, St. Catherine's Primary 2002, Wesley Hall Juniors 2003, St. Catherine's return in 2004. He steered out to the cover region for single. The sweeper is in position. 14 for the loss of 1. St. Giles 2005, Bailey's Primary 2006, Eardiston Primary 2007, 2008 Wesley Hall Juniors, 2009 Charles F. Broom Memorial, Bailey's Primary back in 2011, St. Christopher 2010, Wesley Hall Primary. 1, 2, 3, 4, a beaver trick of titles they took in 2012 through 15. Then Bailey's repeated that accomplishment by Wesley Hall, taking titles in 2016 through 2019. Of course, 2020, 21, 2022, COVID prevented the competition from playing. Hillaby's Turner's Hall Primary champions in 2023. They defeated West Terrace who then took revenge on Wesley Hall Jr. is not taken by the keeper. Down to short third man. They take one. And signal of by umpire Seal. 15 for the loss of one. So it's happening quickly, Andy.
It's happening quickly indeed. The keeper failing to hold on to that one. But you see the versatility of King, the captain. This ball is medium pacers. It seems to be going through at a pretty rapid pace as well for his age.
He's into Corbin. Corbin plays the ball to short mid-on and goes for a single.
Good awareness there by Corbin, just nicely weighted, hitting it up to mid-on. The man from mid-on coming in couldn't prevent a single. He was quick with his call and good response from Haynes. So just picking up yet another single. Corbin looks very easy at the crease though, Linden Yard.
Here's the attacking shot by Haynes, looking to force that one through the offside. Doesn't make contact, taken by the keeper.
You see this lovely outfield here. You can see the mound there in our view vantage point there. Quite a few spectators out there. Like we said, quite a few spectators all around the ground.
Well, the crowd has grown appreciably since the break, despite the fact that St. Gabriel's School only got up to 35 off 13.5 overs. And straight through the fielder at third man and into the boundary for 4. So poor bit of feeling by the young man in his exuberance to overhaul the delivery. Throws himself on the ground and with a low total to defend of 35. Andy Payne, the field side, not making or actually adding insult to injury by conceding what should only have been a single, giving away a 4 to move the West Terrace side to 20 for loss of 1.
Yeah, Captain King, he'd be very disappointed in the man at that third man boundary. Like you said, taking that one off the outside edge. So finding the edge really. He found the edge and the man just being able to edge it one down to third man. What should be 1 eventually got up to boundaries. So 20 for 1 after some 3 overs. So they're really running away with it here, Linden Yard, and the fielder on that occasion not helping his team.
Steered out into the offside by Corbin. Can't score. Remains 20 for 1 as over number 4 begins. And Graham to continue. So Andy Payne is simple equation where just need wickets.
Yes, so Haynes there looking for a non-existent single. As a wide being signaled there by Empire Sergeant as that one beating Corbin outside the off stump. Not cleanly taken. What Haynes thought was a run was definitely not on.
22 as Corbin is forward to the off spinner. And there is no run. Quite a few centuries have been recorded over the years in this tournament. Andy Payne beautifully swept. And again, poor bit of feeling. And the ball pulls up just inside the boundary to turn for 2. And 2 runs attained. Moves the score along to 24 for loss of 1. Remember, the target is 36 for West Terrace to get the better of St. Gabriel's, who won the toss in good cricketing conditions and opted to bat first.
Just see some field changes now, Linden, as the lone female. She just got moved there from square leg. Now she's asked to come at a backward point.
That is Brathwaite. The view just steered through the offside to get 1. Run number 25. And it was a procession of wickets when St. Gabriel's batted, opting to bat first and win the toss. 7, 14, 14, 14. That's the hat trick for Kelly and Corbin. And there is the wicket of Haynes, bowled by Graham. A delivery tossed up and leaving a gap. Andy Payne, the ball going between the gap. So St. Gabriel's don't count them out, as they have now picked up the second wicket with a total of 25. And it means that West Terrace still require 10 runs for victory and they have 8 wickets, but a good delivery, Andy Payne.
Yes, like you said, this man Graham giving the ball generous flight. Linden Yard, he's getting the ball to spin as well. So that's good by the young man. You see him just getting that one to spin through the gate, really, just giving it lots of air here. Look at that, Lyndon Yard. He opened his man up, and that ball hit middle and leg stump. So you can see the spin as that ball just pitched onto the turf. He imparted quite a bit of spin on that one to pick up a prize wicket. So 2 wickets in the making, like you said, Lyndon Yard. So some 11 runs still required. So they still think that they can make some impact here. Like you said, Corbin, he's going to be joined now by Carter. I can tell you another player with quite a lot of pedigree.
This is Joshua Carter, the son of Jonathan Carter, who would have also played this trade for UWI, CCC, and the West Indies, and by extension, Barbados. And swept away. Beautiful shot for 4. To be tossed up, ill-directed. And there is King losing his plot, offering to be outside the leg stump, the center leg, and helped around the corner by Corbin, who moves to 15. There's now 29 for loss of 2, so we're only 7 runs away from victory. Andy.
Yes, Corbin just showing his array of shots. Like you said, this time the ball outside the leg stump, full of length. You give it a sweet shot. Man, it's really the lady at square leg. She couldn't get a hand to it, and yet another boundary to his account. So he's moving up to 15 off only 10 deliveries.
And now he's forward, checks a drive, and gets it past the fielder in that short cover position. So extra cover position to take 1. So he's up to 16, and they are closer to home. 30 for loss of 2. Williams Industries West Terrace Primary. Looking to repeat as back-to-back champions. The National Sports Council C.O.B sponsored under 13 Herman Griffith competition. The grand final being played here in pristine conditions at Yorkshire. There is Carter locked in behind it. It is like his dad, left-handed, and we're sporting a yellow helmet. We work to mid-wicket. Keeps Carter on knot. 30 for loss of 2. West Terrace. Illusions hit square. Third man is after it. And the ball goes across the ropes for 4. So you would call that, I wouldn't say it's an edge. He hit it square, but more the angled face of the bat and the pin.
Yeah, I thought he opened up the face on that one, Lyndon. Like you said, it was off the back foot, and he just kind of opened up the face and beaten who was at point and the third man on the fence as well. So running away quickly there to beyond the rope to get his first scoring shot, Joshua Carter. So he's off the mark with a 4. Remember, they just need to get up to 36, so there's just 2 runs in the race here, Lyndon.
Final delivery of over number 5, and there is a drive to mid-wicket. Can't score. Over number 5 comes to an end, and Williams Industries West Terrace Primary, they're 34 for loss of 2, and 5 overs. That's the target is 36, so you can expect a cavalry charge from the supporters, especially the players from the Williams Industries West Terrace Primary. 2 runs required, Andy Payne.
Yes, just 2 runs required. As you can have a look at them, like you said, Lyndon. Just look at that that dugout over there. They're just waiting for these 2 runs to come off before they can run onto this field. With that man Graham, he will want to add another wicket to his tally before the end of this innings. He's got 1 for 13 off 2, but be bowling to Kalen Corbin, who's on 16 not out, and he would like to hit the running runs for his team.
Flashes outside the off stump to short delivery. It's a make contact taken by the keeper. Remains 34 for 2. Here's the drive, and there's the winning run. Hit down to the long off boundary by Kalen Corbin. What a performance by him. What a performance by Williams Industries West Terrace Primary School. They retained their championship in the National Sports Council C.O.B sponsored Herman Griffith under 13 competition. Congratulations to the champions and commiserations to St. Gabriel's. They came, they fought, and they were defeated 38 for 2 in response to 36, and that 38 coming off 5.2 overs. Andy Payne.
It's a fantastic shot there by Corbin, ready to pull off this victory for his team. He said the man just giving himself some room and hitting that one straight back past the bowler and all the way up to the boundary for 4. What an impressive victory, emphatic victory really for the Williams Industries West Terrace team. Linden Yard led by that man, Caelan Corbin. Some 4 wickets for 6 runs earlier this morning when he had his chance with the ball, including a hat-trick. And now to come some 20 not out off 13 deliveries, striking some 4-4s in that innings as well. So a fantastic innings there being played by young Caelan Corbin. Like you said, one for the future definitely. Linden Yard, he's got quite a lot of ability. The talent is there. He's got the pedigree as well. And Linden Yard, what a victory for the West Terrace team coming to defend their title from last year.
And they made light work of it, Andy. He simply asked to score 36 on a wicket that was very, very good for cricket, very good for batting. I thought that the St. Gabriel side, and I have a soft spot for them, Andy Payne, given the fact that they don't have the necessary outfield and a pitch, a real cricket pitch to practice their craft on, learn or develop their craft on, and having to use softball, tape ball as a means on the hard course to get into any sort of rhythm. Then to make the transition from hard ball, tape ball, from tape ball and softball to hard ball, it makes it totally different because there's a fear factor. I think they must be commended for getting this far. They went 7-0, but they came up against a well-drilled, well-organized, well-constructed defending champions in Williams Industries West Terrace Primary, who steamrolled them by some 8 wickets, winning with almost, you would say, another 20 overs, just under 20 overs to spare.
Yes, Lyndon, if you can go back there to see the scorecard, I can tell you impressive bowling there by the West Terrace Primary School team. That man, Caelan Corbin, 5 overs, 3 maidens, 4 for 6. Definitely a very important innings for him as well, with some 20 runs not out. So he played a very pivotal role for his team. Husbands, he bowled 5 overs. He didn't pick up a wicket, just conceding some 19 runs. Nathan Ford, the captain, 2 overs, no maidens, 3 runs and 2 wickets. And able support being coming by that man, Caleb Haynes, 1.5 overs, no maidens, 4 for 5. Really sealing it for his team when they had the chance of the ball. I can tell you wickets fell at 7. 14, 14 and 14 with that hat trick by Caelan Corbin. Then they had a partnership of some 14 runs for the 5th wicket, falling at 28. Then 32 for 6, 33 for 7, 34 for 8, 35 for 9, and 35 all out, all told.
And if you look at the run rate worm, clearly it favors the West Terrace side, where they simply steamroll a cluster of wickets with that hat trick. Then towards the end, they were 2, 4, 6 wickets that went in the space of maybe 4 overs, as the St. Gabriel side only batted 13.5 overs of a possible 25 overs that were available to them. So that itself would have been their downfall. And Matt Summary, St. Gabriel's Primary School, 13.5 overs. They batted and scored 35. A top score of 13 by Graham. And in response, the West Terrace led by Caelan Corbin, 20 of 13 deliveries. They got up to 38 for loss of 2. And they only needed 5 overs and 2 deliveries. So congratulations, they're the champions of the National Sports Council C.O.B sponsored Herman Griffith under 13 competition in 2025. West Terrace, sponsored by Williams Industry, and they definitely got the better of the St. Gabriel side. But in the end, Andy, you will see a little one-sided affair, and they came up against a well-orchestrated West Terrace side.
Yeah, indeed, very well all unit, like you said, Linden Yard won. They were here last season. They won the championship. Quite a lot of players came back for this second year as well, Linden Yard. And you can see they seems to be a bit more assured about their work going out there in the middle. You saw that early breakthrough by Caelan Corbin. You can see the experience coming from him. He seems to be heads and shoulders above some of the boys. And then you can see probably a few nerves being exhibited here by the St. Gabriel school. No one was good enough to bat any length of time. There were no major partnerships being forthcoming either. And then they saw them with the turn at the crease. That man, Caelan Corbin, again, just showing his worth. He's showing his progress above some of the kids here and just sealing it for his team. He had good support Obviously, there by Caleb Haynes with some 4 wickets at the back end as well, showing that his versatility. But it seems to be a stronger team all round when you came to it. Commiserations really to the St. Gabriel team, like you said, if amidst all those trying conditions in which they try to get themselves here and to find themselves in the final outside of all that goes on there. I mean, that's very impressive. You must give it to the coaching staff and the boys themselves.
Oh, fantastic job done by the St. Gabriel School coach Vincent Smith in getting his side to the finals. Of course, they shouldn't feel depressed because they really have turned up. They were outplayed, simply outplayed, and they just did not bat well enough to be champions today. We have a presentation ceremony coming up, which will include presentations to the 4 zone winners, teams of the respective zones. Of course, zone 1 would have been the George Livingston Wonder zone, which went to the defending champions by Terrace Primary. Teston Payne Milton Small Zone went to Bailey's Primary. The A. Richard Straker and R.D. Costa Adderley Zone went to Gordon Greenwich Primary. And the Ricardo Speed and Joe Garner Zone went to St. Gabriel's School. So the first and last, first and fourth, met in the final. And of course, other awardees or other awards presented today will be the most outstanding keeper. There's a special presentation to Mr. Adrian Donovan. There's the batsman with the most runs, the batsman with the highest individual score, the bowler with the most wickets, the best individual bowling performance, most outstanding female, most valuable player of the match. And then there's the runners-up medals and trophies, and then the champions with the trophy, of course, after they are presented with their medals. So, culmination of a wonderful edition of the National Sports Council sponsored C.O.B Herman Primary Schools Great Competition 2025. Anticlimactic in the end. A low scoring affair.
Yeah, low scoring affair, like you said, with some 35 runs only. We also thought it would just be a matter of time. I don't think that they had the depth really to, bowl the West Terrace team out under that 36. Like you see the pedigree and players like Corbin, captain forward, he didn't get going today, but like you saw, even the dismissal, you saw the assurance that he have in himself, one who's very much assured of his shot play. And then, like you said, the bowling, it needed to be penetrative. Again, Lyndon Yard, extras, like you said, playing quite a pivotal role generally in this tournament. I thought West Terrace, they were very good. They just conceded some 9 extras. But then we saw here the St. Gabriel's team giving up a few, and they weren't helping themselves much in the outfield. A few misfields in the end, really leading to their demise.
Yeah, I guess you can say that the better drilled side came away successful. Like you rightfully said, the St. Gabriel side, they had several blemishes in the outfield in terms of their fielding. Would have conceded 1, 2, 3 boundaries unnecessarily that should have been only singles. And it's something that they can learn from, and then hopefully they can learn from it. They have ample time for which to improve their skill set with regards to the game and their knowledge and abilities of the cricket game. Of course, West Terrace, quite a few of these players will be moving on to secondary school, and 1 or 2 within the setup of St. Gabriel, and want to wish them all the best as they continue. Hopefully, will continue with the sport of cricket, and they would also improve the academic side of each individual child. But it has been a superb day, so we're just waiting on the presentation. And I want to commend the sports council staff on the so we're gonna take you to the under 15 from last year while we wait for the presentation.
At the Rubis Sports Club on the mighty Granite Highway is Nichols Bakery Combermere up against Milo Lodge, the Combermere side being the defending champions. And the early news is that they've won the toss, and quite predictably they've decided to bowl first on the pitch, which should have a great deal of assistance. Chance for a catch taken, down at cover. Mr. Pearson Bowen and his good team. Chance for a catch, recognizing the importance of the promotion of the sport despite the fact that things are not going well for cricket in the Caribbean. Half shot for leg before, maybe heading down the leg side. That's gone away. Bad delivery and put away for 4. Wow. What a way to go.
Here now.
Bowled him. Fantastic delivery. Bang on target. More trouble for Milo Lodge. The length, right on the off stump. See what I tell you? Bowled him. Right on target. Bang. Oh, he's going to be safe here. Oh, he said wicket.
Free from Hines. As we see here. Unfortunate. The bat coming right away wrong.
Oh, he's bowled all over the place. And Hines continues to do such a wonderful job.
So he did the job that he was asked to do. As we see here, one bang on target, middle stump, rock back, doing the job as the strike bowler that his captain brought him back to do. And really a fine spell of fast bowling from Hines.
Rounders here is row in, and first to be short and banged away. That's the first 6 of the game. A short ball, and that was hit with contempt. And after that short ball, I would have a man behind there because that short ball was hit further. As this delivery is in short and hit in the air, the field is under it, and the catch is dropped. Here is Toppin on the way to bowl to fourth and fourth like he's done all day. Goes on the back foot, and the ball goes through the keeper, goes past the bat, and down to the fine leg boundary. And
he's been given. Caught behind. That's been put away. A bad delivery. And despite the fact that Fort is a very defensive.
Oh, yes.
Oh, he's bowled him. He's bowled him. Lovely high action. Lots of air. Oh, yeah. Beautifully bowled.
I know you're watching this competitive game between these two sides. Chance for catch. The catch is taken. And wicket number 7 goes down with Nichols Bacon Comamere still a run shy of taking the lead.
Seems to be impressed by his action and his guile.
Chance for catch. Catch taken.
He would love to see the end of this innings before they go in for a break.
He's bowled him. And Seeley gets his 6th wicket. This has been a wonderful spell. In the air. Chance for catch. Is the catch taken?
Catch is.
It is. So, Sargent finishing with 4. And this has been a very good comeback by Milo Lodge because at the start of day 2, they were way behind when you look at the scoreboard. Just 97. And Nichols Bacon Comamere starting the day on 76 without loss. All up for 113. A good response by Milo Lodge.
Slip in a gully in position. Backward point. Fine leg also in position. This is the bowled him. He's gone right through him. Very, very tentative. I'll tell you what. Making sure that the garrison is very well represented. They now utilize the facilities. P for leg before and given. Leg before wicket. So
ask the two teams please to make their way over quickly.
Yes, and welcome back to the Friendship Grounds, where comprehensive victory by the defending champions, it was always on the cards, having dismissed a side that is not really known in cricket, St. Gabriel's, for just 35, and they won on a canter. We're just getting ready for the presentation. Of course, the players are getting together, the officials as well, and we want to really thank the City of Bridgetown, Cooperative Credit Union, the title sponsors, and of course in association with the National Sports Council for making sure that we had a very, very good Herman Griffith competition, won again by a side that's becoming a powerhouse in cricket at the primary school level, West Terrace. Certainly a side that has produced some pretty good cricketers over the years. Very competitive when they played against St. Gabriel's, another side that is not known for cricket. In fact, the scores were level, and by virtue of losing fewer wickets, they were able to get through to the finals. So it was by a whisker. Easier battle against the St. Gabriel's team. We heard from their coach, who said there's a great deal of emphasis on cricket at the school, and we wish them well in the future. But to be honest with you, it was pretty difficult against a well-oiled machine in West Terrace, who went on to win and win comfortably. So as we said, we're just about getting ready for that presentation. I note with interest that our good friend is there, Donovan Lovell, just getting the players together, so we should be in a position to cross over for that presentation pretty soon. Okay, let's go across and join Donovan Lovell.
Afternoon and welcome to the post-match presentation for this enthralling match between Industry, Williams, Industry, West Terrace, and of course St. Gabriel's Primary School. First of all, congratulations to West Terrace for a job well. And of course, St. Gabriel's, I hope your heads are held high because you all did a magnificent job to make it to the finals. Congratulations to you as well. And of course, first and foremost, before we make that presentation for the medals, we're going to go into the zone winners. And I'm going to ask Miss Stacy, Gooden, Riley, please to assist. The beautiful and talented and hardworking Miss Riley. And we start off with the zone, the pain and small zone, and the winners, A-class batteries, Bailey's. A representative from Bailey's Primary, please. He's an all-rounder. Thank you very much. And of course, the Linton and Nurse Zone, the winners, Williams Industry, West Terrace. Well done. Then we go on to the Straker and Adderley Zone. And the winners of that zone, Gordon Greenwich Primary. We have their captain, Young Worrell. to accept. Well done to you, Gordon Greenwich. And last but by no means least, the Skeet and Garner Zone, St. Gabriel's Primary. Thank you very much, Ms. Riley. I'm going to ask the Assistant Director, Mr. Ryan Toppin, to join me in making this presentation. And this one, I really have to give you a little history, so if you would bear with me. A gentleman who have done lots of hard work making this Herman Griffith competition his baby, so to speak. It has been around for 45 years. And at one stage, he was the man in charge of getting everything sorted. And he is full of energy, always full of energy. And it's amazing that one Coca-Cola can go so far in terms of giving energy to this individual. But he's done tremendous work for the National Sports Council. He's really worked hard and given of his best and of his all, and really richly deserves this award, this appreciation award, and the special award, as I can see here, and it goes to no other than Mr. Adrian Donovan. So, well done, and thank you for all your hard work over the years. Thank you, Ms. Bino, that's our PO. And now, of course, the persons who would have been in charge of the game for today, and without them, it would not have been possible in terms of the officials. So we're going to make the presentation to the umpires. I'm going to ask the assistant coordinator, Mr. Antonio Mears, to make this presentation to the umpires. And we're going to start first with the umpires who did the game today, Mr. Samuel Sargent. Mr. Sargent. Mr. Sargent first, please. Mr. Seal, please slow down. Thank you very much. A job well done. Mr. Winston Seal. He says the doctor. And our third umpire, Miss Kimberly Hosanna. And these umpires will be with us throughout the duration of the tournament at the Festival 6, along with the Herman Griffith competition. And they did a fantastic job. And now, before I go on to the individual prizes, we often see the finished product. We don't see the behind the scene in terms of work. But this season has been a challenging one for us in terms of the rains coming, reschedules, trying our best to fit the games in. And these guys were always at the ready. And some of them would have been home on the off day and had no problem coming out to make sure that everything was put in place for the young ones who are the future. I want to say, and I want you to give an applause, and a hearty applause, to the ground staff of the National Sports Council Corporation, who did a magnificent job above and beyond duty to make sure that this was possible today. And I also want to thank them from my heart. Excellent job to the ground staff. If I had my way, I would give you 2 weeks home with pay, but that's not up to me. Before I move on again to the individual prizes, I want to ask all of the Sports Council coaches, please to join me here at the front. All of the coaches, please to join me here at the front, quickly. led by none other than Shirley Clark, Kurt Wilkinson, Antonia Harvey Mears, Dave Marshall, Sherwin Campbell, Ryan Nurse, and of course, none other than Jeremy John. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I asked these group of gentlemen to join me for a reason. This year has been a challenging year, not only weather-wise, but otherwise. And the coordinator, Jeremy John, raise your hand, Jeremy John, and assistant, Antonia Mears. Through challenging and trying times, I believe they did a magnificent job. Along with all the other coaches, and it gives me a pleasure to be associated with such fine gentlemen who not only work hard, but go above and beyond to make sure that our little ones are looked after. Because as I always tell them, it's not about us, it's about them. Gentlemen, I am proud of you. You did a wonderful job. Thank you very much. Now we go in to the goodies, the good part of it for all of you little ones. And we're going to start with the most outstanding wicket keeper. And this award was made possible by Dwayne Smith, a Barbados and West Indies player. And when I saw this youngster in the few games I did, I was so impressed with him. And he took a catch. I really wish I could have framed it, but it was really impossible. But it was a wonderful catch. Not only is he a good wicket keeper, but in terms of discipline, he has what it takes to make it to go to the next level. And the best keeper on show this year is no other than Najee Edwards from St. Albans Primary. Mr. Dwayne Smith is going to make this presentation. Is there a representative from St. Albans? And so Antonia Mears is going to accept on his behalf. Thank you very much, Mr. Smith. And for the next presentation, I'm going to ask Mr. Sherwin Campbell to join me. 52 tests and 91 days. I always like to say that. It sounds so good to me. And this one is for the batsman with the most runs. And that goes to, in fact, just let me say, but you are correct, Neymar Ford, that's Terrace, 289 runs. And Neymar Ford, don't go too far. I'm going to ask Mr. Shirley Clark to make this presentation. And this is for the batsman with the highest individual score. And yes, you can say it again. 136 not out versus Alpha La. And you know who that is? Neymar Ford. Thank you, Mr. Clark. I'm going to ask Mr. Dave Marshall to make this next presentation. And this one is for the bowler with the most wickets. And that goes to Corbin from the West Terrace School. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's, you know who it is. That's Mr. Kenmore. You know him. You know him. You know how he would do it. Only Kenmore. And I'm going to ask Mr. Ryan Nurse to make this next presentation for me, please. Former Barbados player as well. And this one is for the bowler with the best figures. And this goes again to Corbin, West Terrace, 6 for 4 versus Belize, including a beaver trick. Thank you very much, Mr. Nurse. And again, I'm going to ask, I want to keep it very busy, Ms. Stacey Riley Goodin to make this presentation. Don't worry, you will see a bonus at the end of the month. I'm going to make sure you are sorted. I'll pass the message on to my boss. And this is for the most outstanding female, and this goes, and This is compliments of Jay's Accessories and More, located in the Ivy. And loads of stock there. You can get whatever you want once you pass through. Remember that name, J Accessories and More. And the winner of this award is from the Shirley Chisholm Primary School, Nyasha Patterson. Of course, he's not, but he's a representative. Thank you very much. Waiting on Mr. Ken Moore, make sure everything is okay. Oh, thank you very much. So we're going, thank you very much, Ms. Gooden. Thank you very much, sir. Mr. McCollin. I'm going to ask Mr. Kurt Wilkinson to make this next presentation. Former Barbados from the West Indies player. Good stocks. And this one is for the most valuable player. And indeed, this one goes to Neymar Ford. Thank you very much. Well done, Mr. Ford. And of course, today for the finals in terms of the man of the match. And when the committee got together and made a decision in the end, they realized and all agree that the man of the match to be presented by Mr. Kurt Edwards, former Barbados and West Indies player, captain and vice captain of the West Indies, Mr. Kurt Edwards. And the man of the match goes to Kalen Corbin. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Edwards. Well done. It's an excellent job. So now we're going to go in to the medal section before we go into the big trophy. And we're going to have the runners-up trophy. And Mr. Emerson Bascom, the Deputy Director of National Sports Council, is going to present the runners-up medals, first of all, to St. Gabriel's. St. Gabriel's. And indeed, a great effort by St. Gabriel's to make it to the finals. They certainly impress all with their cricketing ability. Forward. Forward. Thank you very much, Mr. Bascom. I'm now going to ask Mr. Akeem Nero to make the presentation in terms of medals to the winners, Williams Industries, West Terrace. Captain first. And Mr. Nero is the business liaison associate with our sponsor, the City of Bridgetown Cooperative Credit Union Limited. Job well done. I don't know. Thank you very much, Mr. Nero. Now I'm going to ask Mr. Emerson Bascom, our Deputy Director, to make that presentation for the 2025 Nationals. Sorry, the Runners-Up Trophy first. Yes, the Runners-Up Trophy. And that will be going to as St. Gabriel's before we get to the big one. And the captain of St. Gabriel's, Mr. Jasper King. Congratulations to you. Job well done. Thank you, Mr. Bascom. Stay with us. And now the big one for the champions of the 2025 National Sports Council City of Bridgetown Cooperative Credit Union Herman Griffith on the 13th tournament. That goes to no other than William Industries, West Terrace. Name out 4, the captain steps forward. Job well done. Congratulations to you and all concerned.
You need help lifting that?
Well done. I would like to ask Mr. Ryan Toppin, Assistant Director, to say a few words before I do my vote of thanks. Mr. Ryan Toppin, Assistant Director, National Sports Council.
Good afternoon to all. And I want to start first and foremost by giving a vote of thanks, not preempting, but first and foremost, I want to say thank you to God for the blessings He's bestowed, for bestowing the talents that I've seen in these youngsters. I want to thank God for you and your abilities. I also want to thank the dedicated coaches, the supportive principals, you, the parents who have come out to support them, the Terrace N.S.C staff, the valued input from our sponsor, and in particular, Mr. Akeem Nero, and City of Bridgetown Cooperative Credit Union. I want to thank you very much. As we looked around this magnificent field today, now bearing the marks of the fiercely fought contest, and this huge crowd that supported every run and every wicket, the atmosphere was all created by you at this momentous occasion. For every young cricketer who took part in this competition, I salute you all for your dedication to the sport of cricket. And for those here today, the journey in this competition has been long. You faced countless overs, weathered through spells, chased down large targets, and taken critical wickets and catches. You've just begun to play the game, and you've earned the right to be finalists and champions here today. As I close, I just want to make two challenges. Firstly, to my staff at the National Sports Council cricket staff and Mr. Lovell, I am going to challenge these guys to give me a female cricket event. Strictly female cricket event, primary school cricket female event. I don't care what form or fashion it takes, something for the young ladies to start to shine. So that is for them. And before I end, the other challenge, I want to challenge people to invest in these young cricketers from the very beginning. Don't just turn up at the final spectacle. Go to the grounds early, watch the matches, chat with the coaches and physical education teachers. See what talented child you can put your efforts and energies behind and help them. And ensure be a part of the journey from the beginning to the final, not just at the final. Again, I want to thank you all for helping making the 45th edition of the Herman Griffith competition, sponsored by the City of Barbados Credit Union, a success. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Toppin. So there you have it, Ryan Toppin, Assistant Director, National Sports Council. So I'm just going to close by saying again, thanks to all concerned, of course, the broadcasting staff, the DJs, the ground staff, as I mentioned before, you youngsters who took part, the coaches, and you, the public, the teachers who made this one possible, the PE teachers as well, and also from our sponsors who did a magnificent job, and they are going to close it off by giving you their remarks. Mr. Kimar Kamabach, looking pretty sharp in this shirt.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Kimar Kamabach, President of the City of Bridgetown Cooperative Credit Union. The first thing I want to do is to ask you to join me in giving both teams a big round of applause. I'll be quick because I know that my good friend Mr. Harmon, they want to go and celebrate. We at C.O.B are committed to our young people. This is the second year that we have sponsored the Herman Griffith competition, and we are committed and locked in to sponsoring this event for the long term. So I want to wish you at St. Gabriel's all the best as you hopefully come bigger, better, and stronger next year. And I want to congratulate you at West Terrace for defending, and I wish you all the very best. Congratulations to you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kamabach. So what we're going to do, we're going to finish off. We're going to get a photo up with both teams. And the sponsors, please. Sports Council staff as well. For one last photo up.
I can't be how you doing.
Yes, so we've certainly come to the end of this finals. Very, very short indeed, no question about that. In terms of the St. Gabriel team just making 35, and before you could say, I love you Barbados, it was a comprehensive victory for the defending champions, doing an extremely good job and won on a canter. Of course, young Dylan Corbin, most wickets in the competition. Of course, the captain Ford, most runs in the competition. So a very, very good performance by West Terrace. They won last year, and again, they won this year. As we know, very, very close battle when they played against a side St. Cyprian's. In fact, the scores were level, but then because of the fact that they lost fewer wickets, they were able to get into the finals, and it was a display of power play. The weather was absolutely brilliant, and we certainly enjoyed bringing this to you. Of course, we will continue tomorrow, thanks to David Green and his wonderful staff. We're going to be at Kensington Oval for the finals in the under-19 competition, when Queen's College will play against the Lodge School. The action starts at 11 o'clock. We'll be there to bring it for you. Andrew Mason, on behalf of the entire team, for the final time today, saying goodbye from Yorkshire.